What did you guys get?
So we got
some staples and some new ones?
Yeah, some little $10 Olivas.
Okay.
And then there's a new one in there with the white label.
Buffalo 10.
I thought it sounded kind of interesting.
Maduro. Okay. And then some of the moose.
Yeah.
Shitty moose.
Those ones we've had for, they've been sitting in our humidor for a little while too, so they're probably good.
Is this just a Maduro?
I think so.
Here, I'll,
So I got
you're the
mine.
prodigal son. You get the best meat.
This is your fattened calf for me.
Yeah.
Riley got this for my birthday. Higher end cigar, so I'll be smoking that one first. It's in those loose ones, kind of in the middle there.
Yeah. How much was that one?
I can't remember. I want to say like $50-ish. I kind of splurged a little bit.
So we can finally compare like
Another-
the other $50 one,
Yeah.
which we learned tastes.
Does
about
anyone want this
at, like,
brick
the
house?
$25 level. Go for it, man.
Okay.
Wow.
And you got that guy. So
I picked up this one. It's like a $15 one. Blackened.
did you say a 50 or
15.
15?
The Drew Estate.
Yeah.
New, we haven't seen them there before.
So thought I'd try it out.
Okay, what do I'm gonna try the Maduro Buffalo 10. We'll go with that.
Do it.
They also lost their wedge cutters, so I don't know.
Found it.
Oh really? Oh yeah, you said you
Right,
said
Like
that.
the V cut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Brick houses are so solid.
I don't think I've smoked a cigar since like with you guys last time, which was forever.
Yeah, did you stay for the whole episode last time, or did you like leave partway through? I feel like you left.
I left through one of them. It could have been that one.
I don't know. Before we started, I was gonna look to see when our last episodes were, and I didn't do that. Greg estimates it was late summer or midsummer.
Well, didn't you do one that I just completely didn't come to?
The
a
last
couple
one.
months ago?
The last one.
So, okay, yeah.
But that was still a while ago.
You were placed on probation.
Yeah. That sounds like, well, I better show up to class. I didn't get the absent, I just got the tardy.
Okay. 2 months ago, September 7th
Those things.
is when I posted that.
It was September.
Yeah. And then, so that was 26. 25 was January.
Oh, man.
We have not sat down with you since January.
Pushing a year?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's horrible.
And, dude, I just know that Steven is going to make some kind of comment about your hair.
Oh!
He's going to do it. I just know
I
it.
think he's gonna hate it.
It's like, wow.
Who's that guy?
I saw
Where's Dom?
I saw him in the parking lot. That was probably like a month or more ago. And he's talked about his doppelganger. And I
Yeah.
glanced, and I'm like,
There it is.
it's his doppelganger. No, it's him.
It's just me.
I got all excited. I mean, it's nice to see you, but
I know. I want to
for
meet my
cause.
doppelganger.
he probably doesn't live here anymore, right?
I don't think so. There's
Yeah.
no way he does. Because a lot of the times people were like, dude, I thought you moved. So,
Oh yeah, probably continue now.
Do you know his name?
Probably should have done the V cut. But I
I'm
the V
thinking
cut
it's
on, like, the
Damien?
box ones.
I think
Express.
I think I got a few Damiens, which is odd because that's pretty close to
Pretty close, yeah. That's
Yeah.
wild, huh? What's your brother's name?
Christopher.
Oh, okay. I thought he had a similar name too, but
Him.
that's not similar.
He's actually coming to town, what, Sunday?
He was at your party, right?
My brother? No.
No.
That guy, his name is Elijah.
Who is he?
He.
So we chatted like I knew him, and then I think that's what we talked.
What's funny is, so my brother obviously black, and he does have long hair that he kind of does like that. But no, that's not him at all.
Because the last time I saw him was, I think, at 21.
Yeah, a
We
long
were
time
at
ago.
the church or whatever.
I can
doing
use
that
this again.
toy
Okay.
drive or something.
Yeah, the like backpack thing.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, the backpack thing. Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, no. His name is what's his last name? His name is Elijah. He's a young kid. I mean, I think he's like 27 or something. And
That's alright. This one's weird.
That's fine.
I met him just because he
My other one is dead.
would call me all the time like as a sales guy for like some financial advisor.
Yeah.
Like always trying to sell me like, here's how to spend your money, and,
Yeah.
and I'm like, thanks, but no thanks. But you know those one where you get the same sales rep for like years, and you're just like, so what's up? How's it going? Like,
Yeah.
how's the kid?
Yeah.
So he called me that day, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a social risk and be like, dude, I'm having a party tonight. Come on by. I'm not gonna buy anything.
Yeah.
Come on by.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you seem nice.
Sorry that we missed your party, by the way.
mm.
We were planning on coming, but then I think we left. We took like a 4 or 5 day trip to Salt Lake. I think shortly afterwards, so we were like in the midst of getting all prepped for everything. So,
No, that's right. I mean, I would have loved to see you guys.
do you have a good turnout?
I think so.
Yeah, it was a lot of people there. You hired is it a quartet?
Yeah.
Well, no, there's what? Piano? Well, there's keyboard, drums, bass
Keyboard,
guitar?
drums, bass guitar, and violin.
Violins. What is
Wow.
it?
Jeez.
My kids. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So-
They sounded good, though.
Yeah, I mean Jesse's been doing piano for like a couple years, but Isaiah's been doing drums since like, I don't know, like August or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Do you teach piano? Like, do you teach them piano, or do you have someone else do it?
I teach. Well, so over the years we've had some piano teachers, and right now Jesse doesn't have one, so I just teach him. So yeah, I guess you know.
Because like Felicity wants to learn.
Pretty good.
Or spicy. Ooh.
You got a spicy one?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not a spicy one in a long time.
Better than the. I don't even remember what the label was.
Yes.
It's better.
Already better.
Okay, cool.
I mean, that one wasn't bad by any stretch
Yeah.
of the imagination, but
That's a little closer to a 50.
it wasn't 50 good.
Right.
Whereas this one,
Okay, so they do exist. They worthwhile $50 cigars exist
it's just so much to spend to just.
for like 60
Not
to
sure,
90
yeah.
minutes.
And asking them is usually not wildly helpful. I mean, sometimes, but definitely don't send your wife in because this theory that they just we got these cigars that
Offload the
just
bad
won't
ones.
sell, but
Yeah. Yep. You know
your
it's true.
husband's gonna love man.
he's gonna love this one.
Yeah, I've gotten some duds from the recommended cigars as well. But Felicity and Owen, like Owen definitely is like glommed onto music.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, like as far as remembering lyrics and like when he sings it, like his pitch is pretty good.
Yeah.
So like he definitely cares. Like one of like some of his favorite music is Simon and Garfunkel.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's just like it connected with him.
Yeah.
And there's been other like songs I've played where it's like just some other kind of folk music or something older from the 60s or 70s. He's like, I like this song. Like,
Okay.
okay, but then he's also like obsessed with K-pop,
No.
K-pop demon hunters,
No one's
which is like
Yes.
typical pop music.
Yeah.
So like he has the breadth there, but like
It's cute.
I'm sure he would love to learn the instrument as well. It's like I could probably, like, if I took
Do
the
it.
time, I could
Yeah.
teach him. It just kind of keeps slipping the schedule all the time. But
Yeah.
It's tough to do. Like my other kids are getting more consistent instruction
yeah,
that are doing other instruments that I don't know through like Guitar Center and
right.
this violinist than my my son Jesse. But dude, I don't know if you've seen them. They started popping up on my YouTube, and now I'm watching them a lot. And Open Studio, it's like a couple guys, and they're like it's like jazz stuff.
Okay.
And the way, and just their little shorts. They do like these 30-second shorts.
Do they do the shorts where they're at the piano?
And they got like a kind of a jazz setup behind them. They'll have like a bass guy.
I have it in my watch history. Let me pull it up and see. 'Cause
I've started
I've been-
saving everything. Like they break stuff down like I've never seen, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is. I need to
That's cool.
find the time. And like the first time when like, of course they're selling something at the end is like I
Sure.
really should buy this. Like
Yeah.
I should do this.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like, I don't mind people like peddling a course or something if they're actually like putting like free, like good quality free content out for people.
Yeah, they're like honestly, if all you did was like save one of their shorts and just worked on that for like a week, and then kids like kept adding
Must have been.
the theory and the like. Oh wow, that's how you get that sound. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's what I need. I needed 20 years ago. And just,
Right.
It's a funny little side thing. When we were in Salt Lake, we were visiting Darren Weston, and they they wanted to know if we wanted to join them Sunday for church, because we drove back Sunday afternoon. So, like, want to, not leave right away in the morning and actually like come visit our church. I'm like, sure. Like, I've never done that before. And the lead pastor was, for that Sunday, he was playing on the keyboard.
Yeah.
He was playing on the keyboard, and we did communion, which I found out that church does communion every week, and I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
I wish more churches did that.
I like that too.
They ended, and they always end with a benediction at the very end too.
Yeah.
where was that?
So it's called the Mission Church. It's just in Salt Lake. They mentioned that they had an event that was happening that evening. That was going to have like Phil Wickham, Chris Tomlin, a few other like pastors. It was like 10,000 seats, and it was sold out.
Wow.
So they had like a bunch of churches in the area that were going to like live stream it. You could come watch it at the church. And that was one of the churches that was going to do it. But
Wow. Huh.
like, praise God. But
That's cool.
he was on the keyboard for communion. He was just kind of like freestyling, soloing, and it was like nice jazzy chords, almost kind of Christmassy. I'm like,
That's awesome.
when your ex-military lead pastor has some jazz piano chops, it's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Okay, yeah, there it is. Those guys.
Those guys.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm hooked.
every time they pop up, I'm like, I gotta watch, because they're.
Just watch their little shorts because they're not long.
I know. Yeah.
I am hooked.
You can learn a lot from it too. It's like, I've always wanted to get better at jazz.
Yeah, me too. Like,
It's not instinctual for me, not yet.
just their like applied theories, like nerd stuff. But no, Guitar Center is like doing Denzel bass, and he's like loving it.
Yeah.
And then Isaiah the drums. And he's
That's
loving
cool.
it.
Yeah.
And this lady out of Fruta.
Does he practice there, or just
Yeah,
through
they-
there?
It's called the Black End.
That's right. the
Yeah.
black-
Like he has a bass,
No.
and Isaiah has a drum set,
No.
and so we go there for half an hour,
Yeah.
and then they just practice at home.
Perfect.
It's great.
Which that bass is not moving at all, so if you have any interest, I could grab it out of the
Okay.
Fruiterima music store.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably more valuable to you if you're
Yeah.
interested in using it than it is whatever I might make off of it out there.
It would be nice to have like a physical bass to use
Yeah.
to record with,
Yeah.
rather than just like a plug-in,
Yeah.
So yeah, if you don't mind, I'd be.
I still have the
Well
left-handed
appreciated.
Fender out there.
That kills
Are any
me.
of your kids
that
lefties?
kids kills me. I can't believe
No,
it.
it's making me sad because I am.
Brand new Fender.
Heck, like a hell of a
Trying to sell
guitar.
it, but
Oh.
I wish I played guitar. I mean, wish I could just learn, but
right.
of all the
There's
things
that.
I'm doing, I'm probably not going to do it right now.
I've kicked around
Weston is left-handed. Well, he plays left-handed. I think
Oh.
he's right-handed in everything, but except for an instrument.
one of those weirdos.
Yeah, one of those guys. But he's the only left-handed guitarist I know.
Yeah. Apparently it's rare.
Yeah, like him and Paul McCartney. That's the
Right.
end of the line for my knowledge on that.
And Kurt Cobain, left-handed as well.
That sounds right.
It does sound right, actually.
Pretty sure he was.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to visualize the Unplugged, and I'm not seeing it. I could be right though.
Because he's left-handed, your right hand's on the, like this, or
Yep.
is it? Okay.
Yep.
That's
And it's also strung upside down
Yeah.
Oh,
because
I see.
of that. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So it's like the sixth string is still on top. The first string and the thinnest
see.
one is still at the bottom.
I see.
Yeah.
that you're reading everything normal.
And I tried like just making a C chord on Weston's guitar, and I'm like, this is like I don't know what to do.
Your
like
brain
it's
just
like
broke.
ugh, yuck.
Because an acoustic, it wouldn't matter, right? I mean, you obviously have to restring it.
But like you wouldn't have to like fundamentally change anything about the guitar. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't that the same thing though? I mean,
But in an electric, they're all strung on one side. So if you flip it, I don't think that works. And I guess
Not
with
all.
an acoustic too, you got like what's it called?
Not all electrics.
The,
Like a Les Paul wouldn't do that.
oh yeah, that's right.
But there are a lot that are electric that are strung on one side.
Yeah.
You're right about that. I don't know how you do that.
There's probably other reasons that I don't know about.
Yeah, likewise, yeah. I'm not as familiar with electric guitars as acoustic ones, but
We don't have much left out there. I think he sold all the ukuleles now.
okay. So it's moving, huh?
Yeah, slowly.
I saw you also right before we filmed one of these.
Yes.
Like we both go on the
Yes.
Spotify playlist and dump everything that we haven't put on
Here's
yet.
20 more hours of music.
Yeah.
So funny. I literally last night I did that, and I was like, I went to go look at right now, and I was like scrolling, and I went past my part, and I see you, I'm like, damn, he added what else?
Yeah, I got on this morning. I was like, Riley added these 7 hours ago. I was like, it's like 1 a.m. I think, wasn't it?
It was pretty late. it was pretty late.
Middle of the night, he's adding.
Man, I get like
cocktail
I get the
twists.
weirdest itch for music at night. Like I'll just want to make a random playlist or whatever. Like
I find I'm more likely to like sit and relax with like listen through like an album if it's later in the
that
day.
makes sense.
I don't know why that is.
I've been listening to a lot of albums just like driving recently because it's like I don't really have like I have certain playlists I like to listen to, but I don't know. I just don't like listen to a ton of playlists unless they're more recent ones I've made. But I'm just like I've just been listening to just albums, just like completely. Like I first started off with Gorillaz. I listened to like I think their 3 most popular albums. I haven't listened to their whole discography, and after that I've almost listened to the entirety of Daft Punk's discography. And then now I've been listening to some C418 because I got Minecraft too. So I just did volume alpha and beta, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, I remember once I like finally got on that kick of like I just want to start listening to like new stuff all the time.
Yeah, my like songs like shot up. Like every time I scroll through, it's just an album.
So this is something that a music reactor, another one of me on YouTube. He's married, Christian guy, and he does like music reactions like I do. But one of the things that he talks about in his videos is what he calls music death, which is when like people grow into adulthood and don't listen to anything except the same like 200 songs they liked when they were an adolescent.
Yeah.
And just like never like learn about new artists. They become curmudgeons.
Yeah.
And
I'm kind of in that stage right now.
it was like if it's
I
like
can relate.
self-imposed and you're comfortable with it, fine. But like when it turns into just like I don't think there's any good new music,
Yeah.
Oh,
that kind of thing. And it's like that's just not true.
mine's a mix of like it's not like I've decided I'm closed to wanting to hear anything good.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like one of those when I happen to be exposed to new stuff. I'm like, oh, this doesn't resonate with me. I'm gonna switch it to something. And I'm not in that. When I was younger, you just were hearing all kinds of stuff all the time, and you like this and you like that.
Yeah. You're more of a sponge. You have time to be a sponge, you know?
Yeah. You're kind of like, oh, who's that artist? Well, let me hear first 30 seconds, like, and then just. Although, embarrassingly enough, so there's some like music people I listen to, and someone referenced this song that they said sounded like another song by Ariana Grande, and I was like, what? And I listened to it, and I was like, dude, I love this.
Really?
And I was like, this is the like 3rd Ariana Grande song that I've like really liked.
Oh man.
And I'm like, that can't
Careful.
be. This can't be right.
Which, you know, like a lot of pop artists in the last 5 years, and I think The Weeknd kind of started this.
Yeah.
They've been really leaning on like 80s synth.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think that like newer, younger pop artists are actually resonating.
They're
with,
tapping into some really familiar sounds.
yeah. I think that's
I think
what's
that's
been happening.
what she did to me.
Yeah.
Good, yeah, just something to think about.
You said Daft Punk the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, have you watched the Lego Pharrell documentary?
No, but I
Excuse me? What?
no, I know what you're talking about. I actually want to watch that. It's a Lego Pharrell.
I actually loved it. Like,
heard
my
it's-
kids were just like, "Oh, look at this! Like
It's pretty good.
another Lego movie." And I was like, "Okay, I'll watch it with you. Great."
So it's a documentary about Pharrell Williams, but done in Lego.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Lego movie, but just about Pharrell Williams' life.
Yeah, it's actually like a documentary.
Whose idea was that?
I don't know.
In the documentary, it says that it was his idea.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah,
He
I mean,
wanted
it probably
to do
shows
that.
Daft Punk in there. Cause
I loved it because I'm obviously familiar with his career just because it was kind of my
Yeah,
growing up.
yeah.
And there's so many. I was like, oh, I didn't realize he was involved with them and them.
Oh yeah.
He's involved with like. I knew he
He's
was
like-
involved with everyone, but I didn't realize he was involved with like everyone.
He's like Ryan Seacrest. He shows up everywhere.
Oh man.
No, especially when I was listening to Ram, like he's kind of all over that like album and stuff.
Well, he's on 2 tracks.
I think he's done like 2 or 3. Like he's
Oh, really?
yeah, and he's done a lot of producing for them. I think he's done maybe 2, maybe it was just 2. I can't remember. But I listened to the deluxe version of it, and there's like the side B is all like the extra stuff, so it's like early takes, demos,
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
And there's this like 8-minute song called like Writing of Fragments of Time. It's him, the one other guy that's also that was like on the album that was kind of helping write that track. I forget his name, but he's done a couple other Daft Punk stuff. And it's just like the track is going in the background. They just kind of sing and they're just kind of talking about it. It's really cool.
Nice.
It's actually like super chill, but no.
You should check that out.
Yeah, I think
You'd
I'll-
really appreciate it.
And then I actually have heard so much about that because ever since that came out, people are like, all right, when's the Daft Punk Lego set coming out? Like everybody wants a Daft Punk Lego set.
That would be-
Everybody wants the
Oh, they've
triangle-
got to do it.
Everybody wants the Triangle Monolith from their 2007 Alive concert.
Which I still haven't. There's like a visual like DVD for that, right?
I think so.
Animated.
Oh, Interstellar? Or
Yeah.
that's for Discovery. But well,
Okay.
Alive was like after.
I get them mixed up.
I think that was after. No, that was after it. I think I can't remember when.
Live was 2007.
Yeah, because then Discovery came out in 2001, but I can't remember.
So Alive is just audio. There's no like visual part to it.
Well, so Alive, I mean, it's an album, but it's just all their live performances. They also put in Human After All as well in there. Hold on, let me look. That was the one that came out right before it, I'm pretty sure. This
That's
was
2005, I think.
Yeah, it was 2005. So Alive came out after that. So it was a lot of Homework, Discovery, and Alive that they played, or I mean, Human After All that they played on there. But it's
If you
just
take the word discovery and split it in half, and put the one half in front of the other, it says very disco.
very disco.
Yeah,
Yep.
disco.
Yep. But no, I think there's like live like footage of it, but I want to watch Interstellar. I think it's just either a compilation of the music videos for all the songs or an actual movie, but I can't find it anywhere. But I want to watch it. It's like lost media.
When I first heard this song, I listened to it like on a loop for
Yes.
like 2 days.
Yes.
When you find a good chill song,
Mhm.
I can just like listen to that like all the time.
I'm not the biggest fan of Human After All. It's probably my least favorite from the ones I've heard, like that album. But I like this song a lot off it. And I mean, you get Robot Rock off it. That's pretty cool. You get Technologic. It's pretty cool.
So you said you were like kind of into funk, is that right? Or was it soul?
Both.
Okay. So like, was Daft Punk on your radar very much? Because they had a lot of like funk to their like.
They
disco
really
sound.
weren't until they did that like collab with Pharrell.
Okay.
you know. But it makes so much sense.
But
though. I
that
feel like,
sound, I was like, oh yeah, I like that sound.
Yeah.
And again, I already lived out here, so I was in my like 20s. I was heading towards like music death already. So they weren't like, oh, because yeah, when I was like 19, I'd be like, I'm gonna go consume everything about this band I can.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I had like a kid,
Yeah.
and I was like, that sound is awesome. I like that band.
Mm-hmm.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that sound. What I was gonna say about the music death thing. Well, it never died for me. I'm just now like discovering some like modern Christian music that I like
Yeah.
because I've always like just like despised it.
Yeah.
Skillet.
Yeah. I still couldn't
new
point.
band Skillet?
I couldn't pull out a
Nice.
Skillet.
Christian rock is here.
I couldn't point out a Skillet song if you paid me.
Did you see that they made it to the Babylon Bee memery?
What they do?
Yeah, I've seen them a lot lately.
Yeah. What did it say? Something.
Someone like criticized like they dress like the world or something.
It's funny the comments.
I was like, the Skillets look the same for like ever. I mean,
Yeah.
the black on black with the like almost
Yeah,
like
they've been
eyeliner
like
look.
almost as consistent as like John Foreman, you know?
But I didn't hear any modern Christian music till like college,
Uh-huh.
and then I just despised it. And then only recently I'm like, you know what? Some of this is pretty good.
Yeah, the joke is Christian is a great noun, but a terrible adjective.
Oh my goodness.
Grandma wonders why Skillet can't just make nice, pretty songs riddled with false doctrine like normal Christian bands.
Was that you that posted that?
Yeah.
Yes,
I guess
that's
so.
where I saw that.
I guess they just released like a Christmas album.
I found a playlist of like it was Daft Punk songs, and next to them, like right under them, would be what they sampled from it and stuff.
Oh.
Like all the different like 60s and 70s like funk or like disco, like whatever that they pulled from. And there's a couple that are like it's pretty blatant. Like there's one song, it's like called Coke
please
Bottle.
Oh,
It is literally just the instrumental
Sneak
harder,
up on
better,
you.
faster, stronger. Like the drums are the same. Like everything is like pretty much the same. Like if you start listening to it, you think you're listening to Daft
you'll
Punk
drop some
until
of
the,
that.
like they start singing.
Could I drop some for 'em?
Kind of different, but still good though.
Have you seen that video? Someone discovered the oh gosh,
That
what
Clint
is
Eastwood? Or
no the Linkin Park song.
Oh, Faint, and it's the beginning part from James Bond. Are you talking
It's
about that?
from Russia with Love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's.
Okay.
I don't even know how you piece that together, but it was like that transition or whatever. Is that what you're talking about?
So here, play Faint real quick.
yes.
That's
actually-
I want to see if you guys
Such a
recognize
banger.
this opener. Play it a little loud.
Yeah. She loves.
So this opening is a sample someone discovered.
Yeah.
Was that really
Is that
from Rush with Love?
Yeah, that's like that screechy violin is a sample. They took like a little passage from like the score from the movie, reversed it,
Yeah.
slowed it down,
Yep.
and then like chopped it up and moved it around.
It's not
pretty
Britney
cool.
Spears.
No.
Toxic.
Toxic.
It does sound like.
It kind
I
of
can
does.
see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there's a YouTube video that someone made where it's like, hey, I discovered what this sample is from. And people are like, we never knew it was a sample. And now Linkin Park is like, they're onto us.
I was obsessed with that when I was in college, and back when you could like download music and illegally or whatever.
Napster.
It was like post Napster. It was like
You still
what did I
can.
use? LimeWire. And I have like legions of CDs. I just call them like samples.
This is the-
and they're like the modern song and the one they ripped from, and the modern song and the one they ripped from.
Yep. Yeah.
This is the one that they pulled from. So like the drums are the same, and they hit that.
Yeah.
Who is this? Like,
So this is Edwin Birdsong, and this is Cola Bottle Baby, but the instrumental is Daft Punk pulled for Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger.
Yeah, so play harder, better, faster, stronger. It's gonna sound literally
Kanye.
the
Okay, that's actually crazy because Kanye pulled from that. That's actually even crazy. I didn't even think about
When
that.
you see like there's
Yes.
like 3 generations of it.
of like telephone game.
like it's based almost the same. Well, once we get past this,
Yeah, there comes
These
the
leaves are
hard and strong.
but like the hitting the ride bell is all the same. I mean,
There it is.
It's like 50% the same song.
yeah,
I love it because he takes these like a lot of times they're like obscure.
yeah, like
songs.
really like you don't even know like
Now there's some songs like what's the Diamonds Are Forever, it's like literally the exact same thing. That's Kanye. But it's also, I think it's James Bond, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't like do it, he just
So he
raps over it. Like it's exactly the
You
same.
can turn it down a little bit. So he pulled from like the soundtrack for the movie. Is that what you're saying?
There's a, I don't know if the song itself is Diamonds Are Forever, but the song that he ripped from that, yeah, it's a song from that movie. And the hook or whatever is just exactly that. Like
Everyone's stealing from James Bond. What's
For real.
going on?
What's going on there?
Well, James Bond has. It's real. It's like its own genre almost. It's really good.
I know. I mean, like, I love that like spy music sound. It's really hard to like describe why that's a genre, but like it definitely is.
It is.
It's like
Yeah, why?
yeah, like I've heard legitimate what you would call like spy music that's not for a movie. It's like
Yeah.
it's just normal songs on an album that sound
Like, oh,
yeah,
that's
like
spy
that.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that would be perfect in like, you know, a Mission Impossible or
Yeah.
007. It's like some combination of like there's tension,
Yeah.
but there's also a lot of like strings.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
There's something to it though.
I was talking to one of my coworkers, and like at work, it's kind of music taste is. I mean, I rarely talk about music at work with people because it's like all over the place. But there's
Yeah.
one guy that I talked to, and he's listened to a lot of Radiohead, so we were like just going back and forth talking about all that stuff. And I was able to tell him about Spectre, and he'd never heard of it. So I was like, dude,
Okay.
yeah, listen, this is awesome. I was talking about like how they played it live, so they weren't able to use it and stuff. But it was like still one of my favorite Radiohead songs. It's so good.
Yeah, Radiohead was commissioned to make a James Bond theme.
Yeah.
And it got rejected, and I think Sam Smith got picked
Something
instead.
like that, yeah. Yeah, it's because they played it like at one of their shows live or something.
Oh,
yeah.
like before.
Right? Isn't that what that happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like right before the movie came out, so they didn't want to use it anymore. But it's an amazing song.
It's great.
Yeah, it's like really sad.
They nailed and it's the string thing
Yep.
too. Like they nailed that spy sound.
How would you describe spy music? Like, do you know when you hear it, but
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
And maybe like
I really like the Adele one.
Yeah,
That
Skyfall.
one's pretty good.
Skyfall. Yeah.
That one was really good.
One of the better like post like Roger Moore, like Pierce Brosnan onward, it was kind of although like I really like Live and Let Die. Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
That one's a lot of fun. Yeah, I'd put Skyfall up there too.
Yeah. The recent one with Billie Eilish wasn't too bad, but I mean, there's a lot of big shoes to fill after.
I have not heard for No Time to Die.
Yeah,
I haven't heard the song for that.
it wasn't bad.
No Time to.
Off the-
That one with Alicia Keys in it? No. She's in one of them.
Which one did she do?
I don't remember liking
That one has.
We sat down
The
one
guy
night
that plays
and
Mr.
went through all
Robot.
of them.
Yeah?
Like it almost like pop quiz.
Robin
Like, all right, like
I'm pretty sure you
who's sang for like this movie, and we finally got it all figured out. But it's interesting. There's a lot of variety there.
I have not seen Casino Royale.
It's been a bit since I've seen it.
You never seen it?
No, people say that's the best Daniel Craig one.
Don't watch it because they'll buy an Aston Martin.
Oops. Yeah, I've only seen Skyfall. I haven't.
Cost you $30,000.
I didn't see Quantum or No Time to Die.
I like Spectre. Spectre
Which
was
isn't
good.
No Time to Die. Oh yeah, Inspector. I always forget
No
that
Time to Die
exists.
was the most recent one. I'm pretty sure.
Is that Craig's last one?
Yep. Yeah, could you pass the brown bag of it?
They still haven't picked a new guy, huh?
Yeah. Well, right now they're probably at the quandary of like, should we make it a woman?
Yeah.
Should we make him Asian?
Should we
or
make it a black man?
Yeah,
Ooh, a
midget?
lesbian.
What should? It's like, do we need to fill a quota?
A lot of people are floating around the idea of Henry Cavill doing it. I'm not opposed to that.
The guy-
Just
the
super
guy
funny.
reloaded.
Yeah,
his
reload his
hard drive.
fists.
Which I have not seen. The Final Reckoning, is that what it's called?
I haven't seen any of the recent ones.
I saw Ghost Protocol, Rogue
Yep.
Nation, and Fallout.
Mm-hmm. And then there's
Fallout is the one with Henry Cavill, and that's probably my favorite of the,
That was actually
the
pretty
newer
good.
ones.
that was a really good one.
Yeah,
And then the two new ones came out because they were two-parters. And yeah, I haven't seen
I've heard mixed things about them.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
kind of like that Tom just sort of like took over that franchise and just like,
yeah,
it's like, I'm going to keep this thing alive. After a weird sequel with John Woo and then J.J. Abrams' third
Yeah.
one, and then been like the same guy for like the last 5.
yeah.
Christopher something.
I think so.
30-year franchise of time, I think.
Yeah, it was like 96 or 97 when the first one came out.
I don't know what franchise you guys are talking about.
Mission Impossible.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen like one of them.
It's like 8 now.
The first one is very different from the recent, like the recent ones. It's just
Well, the first one was Brian De Palma, who was like the 80s sleazier Hitchcock. Yeah, he did like very gratuitous like Hitchcock thriller, psychological thrillers, Dressed to Kill, stuff like that. But yeah, he did the first one, and then John Woo, the Face Off guy, did the sequel.
Face Off.
Didn't John Woo
I'm
do
trying to those.
Yeah,
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Thank you.
Wow, isn't that crazy?
Did you like that one?
Which one?
I took a girl like on a date to go see Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I haven't seen it.
I was so confused for most of the movie.
Well, that's Ang Lee. You're like, I don't
I
know,
don't
dude. I don't know, dude.
I think.
Yeah, that's one I still need to see. That and Braveheart.
I recently saw Braveheart for the first time,
Yeah.
like 2 months ago.
Is it worth the hype that everyone gives it?
I think so. I think it's really good. I think it's really well done.
It's like 3 hours, isn't it? Something like
I don't remember. Well, it could have been. I
Is that the
mean,
one with Mel Gibson?
if it was 3 hours, that means it's even better because it didn't feel like it dragged or
that. It flew
anything.
by.
But just, yeah, I had some friends have just been hyping it forever, and like this was foundational to who I am as a man, all this stuff, and I was like, this can't, like, this is gonna be dumb. They're like, let's just do this because you've been hyping it for years.
Yeah.
And I watched it and I was like, you know what? That is a solid movie.
It seems
Like,
like it just
historical
kind of
drama, like,
it just tells like good moral truths, you know?
yeah.
Kind of what it. Like, I think that's why it's resonated with people is that it's like it's hard to like turn your nose up at like what it's trying to like
Yeah, like
message.
standing up against tyranny, you know, the odds are stacked against you, like you're
Yeah.
probably gonna die.
Yeah.
Like you just are gonna die. And so what? Like this is we're not gonna take it anymore. It was cool. And it wasn't like now where it's just like over the top weird violence for like just because we can CGI someone's eyes exploding or something.
Yeah.
It was like it was gross like medieval warfare, which is pretty gross, but
You gotta be honest.
it made sense, and I actually was surprised that I really liked it.
Didn't Mel direct that?
Yeah, I think so.
I'd like to rewatch The Patriot. I remember it being good, but now on the other side of like being more patriotic, it's like I wonder if it still stands up or not.
It's probably gonna be weird to see like a young Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he is really young in that. Yeah, I saw it in theaters. So it was
Another,
pretty
yeah,
good.
that's like 2004.
Yeah.
I want to say there's another young actor in there, like the younger brother,
Probably.
who became somewhat notable. Yeah, that's like one of Haley's mom's favorite movies. Like,
Yeah.
literally, like made for her. The woman who has red, white, and blue all over her household.
That's fun.
Yeah.
The Patriot's your favorite movie? You don't say.
Really? Really?
Who'd guess?
It's a good movie.
I mean, the story that
It's kinda
based
like
upon is
just-
even cooler though.
I think like Braveheart is like the exact same movie, just like set at a different time and
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
That's probably quite true. Also, I have not seen Last of the Mohicans,
I haven't seen that.
Michael Mann movie. You ever see Heat?
Yep. One of my
I
favorites.
need to watch Heat.
You know, love Michael Mann. I just watched Thief, which is a early '80s movie with James Caan.
Oh man.
Plays Sonny in
Yeah.
Godfather and Grouchy Dad and Elf.
Yep.
And it's kind of like Heat, where it's like a crime heist kind of thing.
I think I've seen it, but it's been a long time.
It was okay. Heat was better, but and I've been aching to rewatch Heat. I saw it one time, I think on like an iPod, and so it's been probably like 15 years.
Such great dialogue,
Yeah.
especially when the two of them are sitting down at the restaurant at the booth or whatever. And it's just like it's so well done. And then seeing what's his name with the AR just like taking down police.
And don't they use
Open
that clip
streets.
to like instruct?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like how to properly pull out.
It was epic.
Yeah, great stuff.
Then I have a movie that we need to watch over Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
Prisoners. It's a good
Prisoners.
Good Thanksgiving movie.
Haven't seen it.
Actually, so good.
Good Thanksgiving.
Good Thanksgiving movie. Well, it just takes place during Thanksgiving.
I was
That
gonna
and the
say,
thing,
like,
you know.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say it's like saying Silence of the Lambs is a good Thanksgiving
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Prisoners is one of my favorites.
It's
Okay.
so good. Yeah,
One of my favorite like thriller mystery movies.
so good. I watched that with Aiden, like for the first time, and I watched it kind of, I guess maybe a year ago again. But it's it's definitely one of my, like on my letterbox. It's one of my top like
It's
ones.
same director as Dune
Mhm.
Yep.
and Blade Runner sequels.
Nice.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal, Hugh Jackman,
Huge Ackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman. But
Huge jacked man.
it's a really good movie. It's just it's really interesting, like crime thriller. Like
Yeah.
I like Detective Loki, like really interesting. It's a really depressing film, kind of, but it's just really.
I was gonna ask how's your guys' little list going? Like, have you made any progress?
We haven't really made
on-
any progress.
Nothing in a while.
But I'm gonna try to make some progress because when winter's coming up, we need to watch Hateful Eight. I want to watch that again. It's a good winter movie. We need to watch. I want to watch more Predators and Terminator because I've seen the most recent Predator that just came out. It was really good.
Have you
Yeah.
seen any Terminator?
I've not seen any of the Terminators, so I need to see 1 and 2.
1 and 2?
Well, no, we watched like Terminator Judgment Day like one time. It was like I thought it was fine. I thought it was a fun action movie.
It's a acceptable action movie,
Yeah.
but a bad Terminator movie.
Yeah, it was just like I thought it was kind of cool, but like I had no like prior knowledge to it, so I'm like I think it's just like it's so much into the franchise where like if I watch the first one, I'm just gonna disconnect it. Like,
Well, once James Cameron kind of abandoned
Yeah.
Terminator, it stops being Terminator, and it's
But basically, like, Terminator 2 is kind of all you need.
yeah,
pretty much like the first one is a little rough around the edges. Like 2 is amazing.
yeah.
2 is like the Terminator
Yeah.
film,
Yeah.
and then everything else is like.
yeah.
3 was okay.
Really good topics in 3.
Stuff. There's a girl.
Is
There's
that
a
the girl one?
Terminator.
What?
I know.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Is she super hot and goes like this?
Just runs really fast.
Yeah.
Maybe have you seen Species? It's like back in the day.
Yeah.
That Adrian Brody?
Man,
Or is that called Splice?
it was like a long time ago, and I was way too. I should not have watched that.
It's a movie?
Yeah, it's like what is it? It's like an alien virus thing. Somehow it
Holy.
either gets ingested by a girl or it takes the form of a girl, and then it like is like killing people.
Did you look it up?
Yeah.
Who played
What's
that?
the cover?
It wasn't
Yeah.
Mira Sorvino, was it?
That's kind of like the
I
cover.
don't-
Think of all that
Okay.
actresses
It's got-
back then that were like.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's like
doing
90s,
stuff.
right?
Sexy
95.
femme fatale
95.
Yeah.
thing.
It's got Forrest
Whitaker.
Whitaker, Alfred,
Forrest
Milena,
Whitaker's in.
Natasha Hedridge, I think
What's
her
up with
name.
that?
Ben Kingsley is in it.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sure I was like 11, and I was like,
Michael
I like
Madsen.
sci-fi, and I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have watched
Yeah.
Star Wars. That's fun. Let's watch this. Aliens.
Dang, yeah, this
Remember
that's
this
kind of crazy.
like this plot and storyline and everything was actually pretty interesting, but yeah, that was an old one.
I remember you older siblings watching the X-Files movie in the basement, and I was not allowed to watch, but I could like hear the sounds down the hallway, and it was still traumatizing me a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't really get too like scared by much sci-fi, thankfully. I definitely like there were some horror movies that like because I think Mandy has always enjoyed them to some degree, and so like growing up, you know, having something like House of Wax on, I was like, I'm not supposed to watch this. I really wasn't supposed to at that age, but like she had that kind of stuff playing.
Yeah.
Was it House something 1,000 Doors House? I remember the cover.
I know what you're talking about. 1,000 Doors.
House,
Hills Have Eyes.
House on the Hill. It's like there's a specific one that I always remember.
Such
like,
like House on the Left. There's so many of those.
yeah, yeah. There's a good handful of those like late '90s, 2000s movies that I never even watched them, and I was like, the idea of them scared me.
I don't really do a lot of horror movies.
Andrew Clavin was on Morning Wire. They were just doing like a filler episode. So it was him and Georgia Howe. She interviewed him. And I guess Andrew Clavin's a little bit of a horror buff, but he mostly, and I appreciated the interview because he's like, because I tend to agree. I like horror that's more like edge of your seat, suspenseful. It's almost like what you can't see. That's why I like M. Night Shyamalan. It's always like just kind of off camera. But he mentioned The Haunting, which is one of my favorite horror movies. It's like black and white. There's no gore, a little bit of violence, but it's like this house is haunted. And there's a scene where the gal's like in her bedroom, and there's noises, and all of a sudden the door starts to like it's breathing in and out. It's the coolest scene for that time period, you know. And then there's like a spiral staircase, and the house basically just makes people commit suicide. It just like drives them crazy.
That's right.
And then the very last scene is like really well done.
It's based off a Shirley Jackson story.
Yeah.
The Haunting of Hill House.
Yes.
Because then that's the Netflix show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Based
Haunting
off
of
the
Hill
same
House.
book.
Yeah, based off the same book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
I never read that. I did read a Shirley Jackson book. It was a slightly different one, but same kind of like Southern Gothic,
Yeah.
Poe-esque type of thing. Yeah.
I tried to watch Nosferatu just because I really like the original Dracula story, but it is just so graphic, and there's like a bunch of sex, and it's just, and then they take this total deviation from the story with like one of the female characters, and it's just like that's not.
That's just the
I got like 3/4 of the way through. I'm like,
version.
I'm just not going to put any more of this in my head.
I've heard the new Frankenstein's pretty good. I've heard something.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
The
Guillermo
Del Toro one.
I've heard it's pretty good. I mean, Nora and Sean started watching it, so I kind of was like,
It's on Netflix,
Glued in.
right?
Such a depressing book.
yeah, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah, so depressing.
So depressing.
Yeah.
I don't know how she wrote that at her age. It's just like
She was just so depressed.
Yeah,
it's pretty tormented anyway.
Yeah.
I really feel for the creature. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Come up with that for a story. It's like
So long, like I enjoy horror so long as it has like a point.
Yeah, there's like a
And the point isn't like, do you like watching people get sawed in half? You know, because it's like if you're just like having gratuitous gore, then like I'm out.
yeah.
That's just yuck.
I think that's why I never got into horror, because it just seemed like it felt like pornographic, but like blood porn instead
Not
of.
Yeah.
not all the time is the problem, because like I would say The Exorcist is like one of the best horror movies ever made, because it's like actually grappling with real supernatural
But then
things.
it leans. That stuff it's why I like sci-fi. Like what you said, like sci-fi is usually like trying to tell you some cautionary tale
Yeah.
using a completely different thing.
Mhm.
And so, yeah. But that's why I guess I never got into horror as a genre, because so much of it felt pornographic. It was hard to like sift through.
And that's the unfortunate thing about like just the word horror, is that it's a very loaded term.
there's just so much to it.
So like you could like unpack it to some degree and be like, well, I like psychological horror.
Yeah.
Like, I like Psycho, or
Yeah.
you know, and some of Hitchcock stuff,
Right.
and Night Shyamalan. It's like you could watch like Sixth Sense is a horror movie, but there's nothing graphic in it.
right.
In the way that like a splatter movie.
Saw or
Yeah.
Yeah, like the there's a certain term for it, like torture porn. the Saw movies.
Yeah.
So it's like when
Just gory to be gory.
I always find it helpful to kind of unpack things to be like, what do you mean by horror? Like, what does that word mean to you?
Right.
Because like when I say I enjoy horror, people then get like, wait, what? It's like I don't like Saw. So, like,
Yeah,
I
that's
have to
where
make
when
that
you say horror,
clarification.
I'm just instantly like Saw, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, but like Psycho is horror.
Yeah.
You know?
In M Night, if that's horror, I'm like, yeah, I dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that's horror.
Yeah. Oliver and I tried to watch so every Halloween season I try to like find different movies that we can kind of watch. And so we tried to watch A Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
That was funny.
It was like
Yes.
a nice B movie version.
Oh,
of
it's
it.
just like, yeah. I mean, at the time, it's like, oh, that was probably a really big deal when that came out. But to watch it now, it's so cheesy.
I'm pretty sure that was on
It's
an
like
episode of Mystery
Guy in
Science
an
Theater.
Aquaman rubber suit, you know. And it's just, and the girl decides, I'm gonna jump in this lagoon and just swim. I don't know if that's a good idea. Well, I don't care. And she's just like swimming, you know. And then the creature's down there like hanging out in the water.
Yeah.
So the shots from like down below, and it's like just kind of hanging there. It's like nothing happens, you know. It's just like this is cheesy.
But you're all like terrified for
Yeah.
her, like, oh no, it's what?
But
Well,
I
all
think
those.
the thing, it still stands up.
That one, it was
know
very
if that's more
surprising.
thriller
I knew it was
or-
going to be gory, but I was not. I was very
The
surprised,
Thing-
especially for
And there's all these theories about, especially at the very end, like, all right, who is the thing? Because the thing, it'll basically take over someone's body and then basically replicate them and act like them, so they're not sure. Like all of a sudden, people are dying off.
It's
but
set
So that's
in
not body snatchers.
one of them's the thing.
No.
There's the
and
thing.
you're not even sure if you are the thing either, because it's like
Right.
it's not even like it's like a parasite, but it's like your blood though. So it's like you don't even know if you're infected until like you activate it.
It's set in like where
Antarctica.
Yeah.
So it's like all on this like in a snowy
Oh,
outpost.
okay.
Yeah.
I know-
Yeah,
you're
Kurt
talking-
Russell. I think one of his
Yes.
first movies. Yeah.
Russell.
Why did I think
David.
that was it? What's it?
That's the
Clown.
clown. Pennywise.
Stephen King.
Oh,
Clown
wow.
Sewer, yeah.
All these just stupid little.
But then
Just
the
like
Body
one word
Snatchers,
things.
I remember
Okay, the
that
thing,
too.
yeah,
'Cause that was Donald
that was
Sutherland.
like. That freaked me out. Even the black and white version freaked me out when I was a little kid.
Yeah, like the 50s one. Yeah.
Mm,
See, I watched that on TV. I was that era where all that stuff ended up on TV, like Poltergeist. Then you go back and watch the original ones, like it's pretty freaky. Like they
Yeah.
cut a lot of stuff out.
but like TNT would have like.
yes, oh yeah.
Yes.
Or Channel 2 out of Denver. It's like sort of fuzzy, but you can watch. They always had Halloween on Halloween night, but it was always they cut out all the gore so you could have it on TV. But if you actually go and watch Halloween, it's like oh, there's more going on there.
Okay, so yeah, the thing that
I love the thing.
was really
It's
good.
so
It's so good. It's
but it like I was like,
amazing
whoa, this
writing.
is
Yes.
more
It's filmed
intensive
well.
than-
Good acting.
Yeah.
Dialogue,
At the time.
acting is great. Dialogue is good. The scenes are really tense, and the like
great atmosphere.
the and like the thing with the gore is that it's like you really don't see many people actually like die.
yeah.
It's more like
You see them like melt. And stuff.
once the creature reveals itself, then it's
Heads
like
in the
it's literally
creature,
just
that's
like
kinda
the
gross.
body that it's mimicking like gets ripped apart as it shows its true form.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it is gore, but it's not like I'm watching all the characters just like get ripped apart in
Yeah.
front of me. I'm just seeing the thing be the thing, and it's really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the husky dog.
Yeah.
The dog.
Is pretty rough.
It
Yeah,
is.
That is pretty
It's-
rough.
Like when we were watching it, I was like, "Holy moly, it's getting really
And
bad."
all of the practical effects too.
Yeah, and like
It's just
it's like faces split open and all the
uncanny, but on
canine teeth
purpose.
it's actually like really good design too, because it uses like people's anatomy as its own. So like when it makes that weird like Venus flytrap mouth, it's all the teeth from the dogs that are in there. It's like super interesting. But then there's like some elements of it like where does like a large tongue thing come from? But it's like it's cool though. I don't know. It's really interesting like monster design.
And then the like stop motion
Yeah.
in the cave.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
not so great special effects.
Yep. But
Yeah, so that's horror, but as in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's sci-fi.
yeah.
So I'm like, I like that.
Which, there definitely is that angle to it.
You can make that leap pretty easy.
I like sci-fi horror.
There's
like,
movies like Event Horizon, which is like perfectly half sci-fi, half horror, because it's about a spaceship that gets teleported into hell, and then it comes back, and they discover it.
I need to watch that. That sounds like my kind of.
It's slightly gratuitous in ways that I'm not super into, but for like a weird, like, I think it was 90s.
Really?
That's a-
Sci-fi movie
interesting
with Sam
concept.
Neill, the guy from Jurassic Park.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Sam.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He's good. That was a strange movie, though.
I really like cosmic horror kind of
Yeah.
ideas, yeah, and that's a lot like it. Like, I mean, that's like kind of sounds like Dead Space, honestly. Like Dead Space is,
It does.
Yeah.
I think Dead Space probly took a lot of inspiration.
yeah.
From Event
Dead
Horizon.
Space is so much fun. It's a good game, but it's just I don't know something about like space is kind of like unknown. It's kind of scary. You don't know what's out there, but like it's not like this is the alien is like the horror. It's like space itself is the horror kind of in a way, but like you don't know like what this is. You don't know. Yeah, like
Or just utterly hostile environment.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That,
also
that element of Interstellar I really liked.
yeah,
Because to feel that kind of like hopelessness that you're like on the edge of the universe.
yeah,
It's like, how do I get home or like salvage this at all?
yeah.
The stakes are like the highest they could possibly be because you're like light years away from Earth.
Yeah, or it's like,
I resonate with that.
or it's like stuff like the flood from Halo. It's like the scale of it is so large you don't understand like how fully it is. So it's like scary because you don't understand all of it and like how how much it expands and stuff.
Or
you
it's
know?
like the guy from Doom who's like, am I ever going to stop shooting demons?
yes,
Am I ever going to get to stop like just killing these
Yeah.
demons that won't stop coming down of hell?
yeah, it's just unstoppable.
Thousands of them.
Yeah,
You can't get a night's sleep.
he does it for fun though.
He does it for fun.
Well, no, they killed his rabbits. I guess he actually he does it for vengeance.
Yeah, I like horror. I don't like enjoying watching the suffering of innocent people.
Yeah,
And it's very troubling that a lot of people seem to.
And that's so when you say horror and I instantly I'm like, oh, that's lame. That's what my mind jumps to is like, oh, people that like to watch other people suffer. It's
Yeah.
like, they're I don't know what's wrong with you.
It's messed up.
But being forced to like contemplate situations that make you uncomfortable through all these things,
Yeah.
I do enjoy that.
Like to some degree, like this might sound crazy. Really well done war movies feel like horror to me. Like
Yeah.
the opening of Saving Private Ryan is like horror. Like not in the way you would traditionally think, but like
It is.
like
oh
All Quiet on the Western Front is just like it's depressing.
Yes.
It's so like horror because
Yes.
it's like you literally see a guy that you were like fighting with get rolled over by a tank and stuff, and you're like, oh my goodness,
that is horrific.
Yeah,
but
it
it's
is
not
horrific.
portrayed in the because you think of horror and usually it's either like very malicious intent
Yeah.
towards other humans
Yeah.
directly or it's
Yeah.
supernatural,
Yeah.
right? But like I think there's an element of horror to like war movies.
yeah,
How could there not be?
Yeah. And there was another genre of movie that I
Oh.
had in my mind that was like so I've watched
War movies, what, westerns? No, I'm trying to guess where you were going.
no
like psychological thrillers too. I think you can kind of, is it horror or is it? It's like Seven.
yeah,
I really like Seven.
Seven is definitely a horror movie.
yeah. It's so rough at some points, man.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, things that just like really. It kind of comes down to like the etymology of the word horror and what it means, you know. But I feel like it definitely like creeps into all kinds of other genres quite easily. Yeah, that's why I like to unpack what people think about the word because I think it's helpful. And I could tell as soon as we started talking about it that like there
Everyone
was
had a different
like
idea on what
there was
it
like
was.
a lost in translation thing happening where I was like maybe I need to clarify what I mean
Well, that's good.
because I did that with my pastor
Yeah.
where we were doing a book study and I
Is that Sam?
Sam Sam
Okay,
Cathy.
I've been starting to get to know him. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he mentioned you because you mentioned me to him or something. 'Cause you were at their house, right?
I wasn't at their house. I went to church there a couple times. I
Okay.
missed you.
Okay.
And I think I went to meet him because that's what I do. And
Okay.
I just listed out whoever I knew. I was like, Alex goes here, right? How's he? And then I actually had lunch with him this week.
Oh, nice.
So that was fun.
Yeah, but I mentioned that I like horror movies, and I could see his look on his
He's
face.
like, oh. you
And
know
I was like,
those.
okay, wait.
Hold on.
Give me a sec. And I still don't know if he was fully on board with me by the time I was done, but at least it wasn't like, Alex enjoys Saw movies. Like, nope.
Well, it's fair to, like, there's an element of horror to life. So any genre can be horror the way you're kind of defining it.
Yes.
Which doesn't mean I argue with your definition. I like it better than mine was. It was like blood porn or whatever, torture porn, what we call it.
It's like looking into being confronted with like a very direct oppositional force to you, I think is kind of like the essence of horror, because it's like whether it's a monster or a war, you know,
And like I guess there's like a physicality to it or something.
Yeah.
Not like
yeah,
I want to win this election or something. But like these people will kill me to win this election.
right.
Yeah. I recently watched Godzilla -1. Really good movie.
We good?
Yeah,
I
and
love
Is that a new one?
that's one of the new ones. That one's made by like an app.
It's like the first of the new ones. Is that it?
So it's
Or
they made so there's like Godzilla 2014, which is like made by Legendary. So it's like
Is that the
American.
Bryan Cranston one?
Yeah, that's the Bryan Cranston
I
one.
saw that in theaters.
Yeah, I did too. I actually thought that one was pretty good. Those ones I don't mind. They're more definitely action.
That was the beginning of the reboot era,
Yes.
though, right?
Yes, but the one that I'm talking about is made by a Japanese studio, and this one's like Godzilla, but like done right, because it's just
Japan's
Godzilla
taking
destroying
Godzilla back.
Tokyo and
it's
Japan.
like realistic.
Yeah.
For finally.
Yeah, this one's like set in 1940, like or post-war Japan and stuff.
Okay.
But this one's like, it's kind of horror because it's like talking about, like Godzilla is an analogy of atomic weapons being used and stuff. So like its destruction is just like after the war, like you can see from the beginning of the movie, everything is destroyed after like, you know, the Allies bombed Japan. They're rebuilding, and it's like now like kind of like the 50s, they're all rebuilding. But now Godzilla's here, and it's destroying like everything. After everything they rebuilt, because you can see the progress that they have. Everything they rebuilt, and now they're trying to fight against Godzilla. And there's kind of like a horror aspect there because of like the destruction of war and like how fast things can just get destroyed so quickly, and like how powerless they are against it.
That, that makes me think of like the Chernobyl miniseries.
Oh,
We're
The
making our way through that right
the
now.
I
HBO did.
love that.
I still have yet.
Sheesh.
I still have yet to go through it.
What a
I,
horror.
I
like-
love that
like,
show. Oh
you
my
could
god.
call that horror.
Yeah, no, it's like horror of
Like the horror of nature.
And how
mankind's
nasty
hubris.
it is to live in a communist country where just shut up, don't say anything, be a good comrade, take one for the team. I know your face is melting off, but no, it's not radiation.
Like
We're
you,
all fine.
I mean, like
what the heck?
1984. You could say that's psychological horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's dystopian. Yeah.
yeah. So like
No.
it spans a lot more than people might think, because you're right. A lot of people's mind just immediately goes to that kind of sadistic. There's the word.
Yeah, there you go.
Sadistic horror.
Instead of just like part of the human condition is horrible things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do we overcome them? Saw isn't really about overcoming the death traps. It's about watching people die in them. Right?
It's like punishment for what their
And
transgressions.
like
and stuff.
sadly, there's like 10 of them.
Yeah.
That's why I call it porn, because horror is just as, I don't know, integral as like sex. And there's ways that they have sex scenes in movies where like this totally makes sense, totally fits.
Natural.
It's
It
intimate.
totally makes sense in life.
Yep.
And then there's parts where it's like, oh, we're just here because like that's what we want to watch.
Yeah.
There's speaking of Donald Sutherland, there is a movie called Don't Look Now from the 70s with him and another woman, and like the premise of the story is that they had like a young son die when he was 6, 5 or younger, something like that. And then fast forward several years, they're in like, I don't know, Rome, Italy, somewhere in Europe for his work, and the rest of the movie is about like a psychic saying that like her son is trying to communicate with them. I never finished it, but it has like one of the most notable sex scenes in it that's actually like talked about amongst like film people, where it's like, this is a sex scene that's done really well. And it's the husband and wife, and it's like intercut with like scenes from them like earlier in the day, like, you know, being together and kind of flirting with each other. but it's like very natural. It's not gratuitous, and it like actually is like somewhat expositional to their characters.
Yeah.
You get to see them have chemistry.
Right.
And they're married.
And it's like I'm not getting turned on watching Donald Sutherland, you know, with that look on his face.
It's
or
a special
anything.
person.
Yeah. But it's like to your point. It's like it's serving something. It makes sense where it is. You get to see these characters bond, and you know they've gone through like a tragedy, and then like the rest of the movie kind of kicks off from there. But
Oh, you've redeemed horror for me.
oh, nice.
You just gotta find the right horror.
The right horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
If it gives you the ick, then it's not worth watching. That's what I say.
Like I've even, right, because they got these little kids. They're going through Jurassic Park right now.
Nice.
I've heard the original one described as horror.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
book and stuff.
Well,
Or
the
that
book
route.
is
Like-
rough.
Yeah.
I hear it's like a really good read. Like it's on my list.
I loved it. I read it in the 4th grade, which looking back, you're like, really? But
Michael Crichton.
Yeah, that'd be.
I think because the movie came out, I was like, oh, this is so cool.
That'd be awesome
Dinosaurs.
reading it right now.
In the T-Rex with Velociraptors. I mean, that's.
But I mean, it's
suspenseful.
it's a scary situation
Yeah.
to be in. But yeah, the book's good. I would read it. I mean,
He had a couple of good books back then that are on my list to read. What was the other one?
There's the one. Isn't there one called like Prey? It has like little micro nanobots or something.
sounds
That was like a
familiar.
posthumous one.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause he's like
He technically did The Lost
Congo.
World.
Seer.
Yeah.
Sphere.
Yeah, he did the Lost World. But that's when we were like Jurassic Park was like standalone.
Did he do a
then-
Andromeda Strain?
Yeah, I think so.
Because he's. Yeah, pretty sure that's him. I think that's on my list too.
No, Lost World's like Jurassic Park the movie did so well that they asked him to write another book so they could make a movie over it.
So it wasn't
And then they completely like the book is nothing
really.
like the movie, like at all.
Yeah. Andromeda Strain, Michael Crichton.
Dang.
I need to read that one too.
Because I definitely consumed a lot of that when I was a kid.
First published 50 years ago.
I need to. Next time I feel like an itch for sci-fi, I need to start going through some Crichton's books. I've never read any of
And
his
most
stuff.
of his stuff is basically like man's hubris with something,
Yeah, seems to be the case.
and then it doesn't work out.
Let's
And
do
the
this
villain
just
is
'cause we
always
can.
like the villain is always us. Like there's like
Yeah.
some crazy thing, but at the end of the day, it's like the villain isn't the dinosaurs,
No.
it's not the streams,
That's
it's
like
not
the
whatever.
consequences of what we did.
It's your ego.
Not the ball in the ocean.
Which is Frankenstein, man's hubris.
Mm-hmm.
And then he creates a scenario that he can't really get out of easily, and then now I got to make a freaking bride for this monster thing
And run away.
and run away, and then it
It
kills
hunts
a
you
few
down.
people to
Kills like the rest of his family.
blackmail him. And,
Yeah.
And I think that is a trait that horror shares with sci-fi, and that you can have great cautionary tales with it.
Yep.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
It's like people like having like blinders turned on to like discernment and context, not able to like parse these movies and be like, is Jurassic Park like glorifying like dinosaurs eating humans? No, it's not. That's not why we watch it. Like we're wanting to see like these innocent people escape a situation where hubris caused it.
Yeah.
You know, like that's ultimately what it is. And
Right. It's like Will Smith in the zombie movie.
Well,
I,
there's,
I am legend.
I am legend.
I am a legend. Same thing. It's
Love
just like,
that.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we're going to figure out this stupid virus thing or whatever, or cancer. We're going to create this virus and it'll be fine.
Oops, rabies.
Nope.
No.
Human rabies.
Human rabies.
Enjoy.
I guess they're coming out with another one.
Really?
Yeah. We'll see.
will it have Will Smith in it?
I've only seen the first ending for that. Like,
Yeah, because there's like an alternate
There's a
ending.
Yeah.
pretty major alternate ending. And I started reading the book by like Richard Matheson. It
Omega
published in
Man?
like the
Is that
50s.
it?
No, it's called I Am Legend. It's
Oh,
like
is
a
it?
novella
Okay.
from the 50s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, isn't it like not completely different, but it's very different from the movie. It's like
I don't know. I never finished it. I got halfway through it.
I remember somebody talking about it where they're like the movie is very different from the book, but like they're kind of similar in the message they're trying to say. But like, oh, isn't it? It's about vampires or something. Like genuinely, I think it's about like I heard something about this where it was like about vampires and like this guy's I can't remember, but it's kind of similar to like the dwellers or whatever in the movie where they can't come out during the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's very like it's kind of similar with the vampires in that, but there was like a society of vampires. I saw a video about it, but I forgot about like the actual synopsis of it. But
I
but it's really good.
Was it World War Z?
Z, right?
Yeah.
I like
with,
that too.
With what's his face? The
Brad
sexy
Pitt.
dude.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Sexy dude.
With Achilles in it, right?
Yeah, that's where we got introduced to fast zombies.
Fast zombies.
Fast, quick, climbing.
Yeah,
wall
you're like,
zombies.
oh, that's different.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
That's way.
you're
more
always like,
nice.
oh, he's all like, I could probably handle that unless you got cornered.
And
But it's like, oh,
it
fast
made
zombies.
sense because they were dead.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, they're like, what if we just made them fast? And I'm like, where are they getting their energy from?
Exactly,
They're
yeah.
Charging up in the sun.
Yeah.
They haven't eaten anything.
Expedition X, which is a Josh Gates kind of a side project where he's got two individuals that'll go to different areas that are supposedly haunted or like the insane asylum that's haunted, and they'll spend like a night there and have all their equipment and stuff. But some of the episodes are actually really interesting, and they went to wherever George Romero came up with the idea of Night of the Living Dead with the zombies. There's an area, is it in Spain, I think, where they see these, even till today, they see these cloaked figures in the woods with like candles,
Uh-oh.
and supposedly they'll capture a human, and then the human has to lead them, and then if he's smart enough, he'll find another human, trick them to take his place. Otherwise, eventually he'll die. But I guess even today, they'll see like glowing lights in the forest, and you can smell candles. And then in the episode, they literally are seeing like glowing orbs like out in the forest, and there's like no explanation for it. And they smell like wax, and it's like, oh, that's really weird. I can't remember exactly where in Spain it was, but so that's what inspired him to write that
Really?
script. Yeah,
That's like, you're making me think, because you're the one that turned me on to like blurry creatures and all that stuff.
I'm sorry.
No, like I was into that, but
Yeah.
I'd never heard of that like podcast.
Yeah.
But my kids are really
not for
into
everybody.
What Lurks Beneath. It's like a podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, I've
You
never
heard of
seen
that?
it. No,
It's
I've
just
heard of
this,
that.
this one guy, and he just recounts. I mean, now he's so popular, people just like send him stories, right? But he
Yeah,
just
yeah,
recounts stories like that,
yeah.
and they love that.
Yeah, like I like Sasquatch Chronicles, and it's just this guy, I can't remember his name, but he'll have a guest on a couple times a week, and they'll just tell their story of when they're in the woods and they just saw something weird and crazy. And he just lets them talk and tell their entire story, which I love, because blurry creatures, those guys interrupt nonstop.
Oh,
And
that's
tell like
really
little
cool.
80s jokes, which is like,
Oh yeah,
let them
yeah.
finish the story. I mean, they're great guys. I love those guys.
No, but it's a style.
It's a style. But Sasquatch Chronicles, he'll just let him tell the whole story, and then at the end, he'll have some follow-up questions. All right, that's it for tonight, and tune in for
That's
the next
cool.
episode. And it's just like real short little stories, but I'll have to check out that one you were
Well,
talking
Lurks
about.
Beneath is like this guy. He's recounting himself, but you can tell like he's either communicating with this person or someone who sent him an email.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like goes through
Okay,
it.
yeah.
And it's pretty entertaining.
People send in free content, and then he just regurgitates it. That's cool.
Yeah. And he does it, from all over. I mean, Vietnam stories, Yosemite stories, anything.
Yeah.
I told Greg about this. There's one that my wife listens to and watches on YouTube called Haunted Cosmos.
I've heard of that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. So it's, I think, a pastor of a church and like a friend or like someone who goes to the church, maybe. Not sure. But the pastor is actually like somehow tangentially connected to Darren Weston somehow. That's kind of how we learned about
Yeah.
the podcast, and it's sort of grown in popularity since then. But they cover very similar things where they'll go through very specific topics or.
Thought I had it.
I tried to avoid it. but in a similar vein to that kind of thing.
And she likes something lore. What's
Lore
that?
Lodge.
Yeah, I've listened to some of those.
Lore Lodge? Or, this was a lot of them.
Or Lodge.
That's more 411 focus stuff.
Aiden Jansen or whatever.
Yep.
Friend of Wendigo.
Friend of Wendigo.
I had to stop listening to like the 411 stuff because it was some things I can listen to and like, oh, that's interesting. It was like stressing me out.
Like ruined
It's kind of
the
sad. Yeah,
outdoors
it's
for
like
you.
You're like, I
Kids
can't
go
go
missing,
outside.
like-
It's unfortunate, but
like
It was so
kids just go
stressing
missing
me out.
on a hiking trail, and you're like, they're not even in like the backcountry.
When
They're just like on a trail, and your kid is just gone forever. Like it sounds terrifying.
Because like level 1 is always like, oh, like deep in the forest. And you're like, okay, whatever. But then you start, it's like, well, like, there's desert versions of this,
Yeah.
and there's like mountain version, and you're like, crap, I can't do anything.
yeah, we when we were in Salt Lake, we were right near, not the Great Salt Lake, but the other one. It was like Utah Lake or something there. Our Airbnb was like right near it, and so we went for like a little walk around part of the lake. It was very beautiful, very nice time, but like as I was going through the trees and like people had made like, you know, man-made structure with twigs and stuff, as you know they tend to do in the woods. I'm like, don't lose sight of the kids. Like, just like that feeling of like, my radar is attuned.
Spiny senses are tingling.
Not even necessarily that like anything was wrong, but it was just like I've heard enough to be like, let's pay attention.
I don't know, like, if that's worth it or not sometimes. Like, at first you're like, oh, it's good now. I'm aware. But then you're just like, you're almost like so aware of things where, statistically speaking, like, you're never going to run into that.
Right.
And it's like, am I just ruining my entire experience now?
It's where ignorance.
Because you don't get rid of it. Like, 10 years later, you're going to think about that.
Yep, that's true.
Makes you like paranoid for like almost no reason.
Yeah.
Like I said, if it gives you the ick, don't do it.
So I walked out of the Exorcist. Like, they re-released The Exorcist when I was, like, in high school. And me and a girl, we were, like, 14, 15. Because it's rated R. We, like, bought tickets for Almost Famous.
Yeah, and then
Just-
snuck in.
And went in there.
Yeah,
So,
almost famous.
real upstanding citizen. But, we left because, like, halfway through, she's like, I can't do this. And I was like, I'm glad you said that, because
Yeah, it's that's the thing is like as you're watching this, just like this normal family, and then like once this thing actually like happens, then like you hear this young girl saying like the most vile things, and you're like, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not filmed in like a crazy intense way. It's filmed like a drama,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it all the more terrifying, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, what do we do? What do we do?
Well, that Catholic priest, I can't remember his name, but he's been on a bunch of podcasts, the Sean Ryan podcast and a few others.
Barron,
Is that his name?
possibly Bishop, like Robert Barron or something.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
he's basically just an exorcist. And
Oh,
so
no,
one of the
no,
questions
no.
was like, how do
I
you
know who
get
you're
into
talking
that?
about.
He's like, you don't get into it. Like, they basically assign it to you. Like,
Ugh.
somehow the Catholic Church decides you've got a gift for that, and so he's done, I think, thousands of exorcisms now. But he's seen people levitate. He's like, just stuff that just defies
Yeah.
all logic. And I mean, it's interesting too, like what it takes for an exorcism within the Catholic Church. Like they've got it's very specific what you have to do. And, don't know that I buy into all of it, but it apparently works because he's successful in what he's doing. So that's wild
Can we,
stuff.
can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
Why, like, in the Protestant movement, exorcising demons doesn't seem to be a thing?
Watch interesting one.
Yeah. Like, why is it just, like, is it something only the Catholics can do, or are they the only ones actually caring about it, and we can do it without that kind of doctrine or
I think it's
dogma?
closer to the latter.
Think so?
I think they just take it maybe more seriously. I mean, I know Christians, we've got family members that they're just like, no, pretty much everything is Occam's razor. You can just chalk it up to like, there's a simple explanation for everything. Nothing's really supernatural.
There's no spiritual world.
And I think it's almost the exact opposite. I think it's so much of it's supernatural and spiritual, and we're just deceiving ourselves. And as far as like encountering because were we in Paris when we encountered that guy
Oh,
on
yeah.
the streets?
Most certainly possessed of some sort.
And then she was
Battling-
on to us.
battling
Like,
demons.
She knew that it's like they know you're a person of faith, and immediately I think was she walking up behind Mom and Nora, and
Yeah.
Mom starts praying right away. Or Andrew starts praying right away. And I had some weird senses going on. And she was not well, but just
I didn't know about
how
that.
she was acting and what she was saying. It's
It was a really weird, like,
such a quick encounter.
one-off scenario. We were somewhere. Was it Paris or
Germany.
it was? We were either in Paris or Germany, but yeah, we were like going to a bus stop or something, and this lady was behind us, and she was very disheveled, and she didn't look homeless. She just looked like just kind of disheveled, and like she was like walking up kind of behind us, and kind of like just muttering stuff, but like I don't know, you just could tell it wasn't drug induced, like now you could kind of tell if somebody's like a tweaker. It wasn't really like that. It was more just kind of like.
Was it more directed at you guys?
Not like she was kind of there, like she was just kind of like there, and we passed by her, and then she started following us and stuff. It was really weird, but it wasn't like it was like
She wasn't panhandling. She wasn't begging or anything.
no, it would be
It
like
was
somebody was like kind of talking to themselves, kind of like saying stuff under their breath, and like we kind of walk by, and then she kind of just starts like following us for no reason, even though she wasn't. Like she was kind of standing there and then kind of walking behind our group and stuff. It was really weird. Yeah. It wasn't panhandling. She wasn't talking to us directly, but it was just kind of like something was invoking her to like follow us or trail us for some reason. It was really weird. It wasn't like she
if
was
you're
doing
home walking down Main Street, like it would have been totally different. I might have even like tried to have a conversation with her and
Yeah.
do an exorcism. Who knows? But like you're in another country.
Yeah.
You're there with your family. Got little kids. You're
Yeah.
trying to find a bus stop. You feel really vulnerable.
Yeah.
You
Like
don't
way
know
out of your
the lay of the
element.
land. And all you got is your passport in your
No, I
pocket.
get it.
You know,
I get it.
It was weird. It was really
Yeah.
odd. I mean, it was really short. I mean, yeah. I feel like as soon as Mom prayed, I feel like she kind of backed off, and then
whole thing might have been like 2 or 3 minutes.
yeah, it was a really small. Like I mean, I didn't even realize it until kind of like afterwards. It was like noticing somebody was kind of following us. It was really weird. So
That is a good question though, because so you're totally right that there's like Christians that I just call them like empiricists or something, where it's just like they pretty much bought into the like modern like Darwinian like
Yes.
if you can measure it and observe it and put an instrument on it and then it's real, and then like nothing else exists.
No.
And like that is what they believe, except for like they make a weird little like, except for like there's this one guy that came back to life and I worship him,
Yeah. And that's it.
but like that's it. But then of course there's other, like all over Protestantism there's like the spectrum of people that are completely only into the spiritual, and then but you're right, like none of them have the, at least like the stereotype of like it's like the Catholics do this, and like all of Protestantism is like you just don't think of them as dealing with it,
Yeah.
even if they're speaking in tongues and rolling on the ground and all drinking snake venom and stuff.
yeah.
You just think of the Catholics with that, which a lot of times I think of the Catholics as more, not really, not when we make fun of like the Calvinists or something, but more of that than like the Charismatics or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
But so that is weird. That is,
I think there's a few things that the Catholics beat the Protestants on. Right? Like I think that handling exorcisms is one of them.
Yeah.
I think that having an appreciation for like high church and ritual
Yeah.
is valuable,
Yep.
and the Protestants are really uncomfortable with that, and I
Yeah.
kind of understand why, but then
But largely rejected most of
you
it.
throw the baby out with the bathwater when
Yeah.
you do that, I think, because I think ritual is very helpful
Yep.
for us as, finite fallen creatures. And then also just like art,
In architecture, we talked about that.
architecture,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Oh, I want that Mormon temple.
It's like our churches look like office buildings.
Yeah.
Yep.
which and maybe we mentioned so I was in California like a couple months ago at a wedding, and it was at it was called Westminster Presbyterian Church.
Mhm.
It's like not a Catholic church at all, but it was in that style. It's super nice, and the stained glass and the
Almost cathedral.
arches. And it was like, you could tell it was like still a far cry from like, 1,000 years ago, but it was like a cathedral style
Yeah.
church. It was built, and they said like 1927.
That's cool.
So a lot of times I think like, is it a Catholic Protestant thing, or is it a old world modern thing? And the Reformation's 500 years old, and Protestantism obviously like flourished in like America and all that stuff. But also like we've kind of come up with this whole like office building thing too. And is it more just the, not like the Catholics have a better handle on art, or just like they're more tied to their past?
Yeah.
And I'm not answering the question, I'm kind of like asking that, like, which one is it? Is like the Catholics truly have something about their theology that makes it so they can appreciate art better? Or they just are more aware of their philosophical lineage past like 1950, which we're not.
Right.
Well, like, you have to consider the, like, stay with me here. Yeah. You have to consider the grunge movement a little bit.
Ooh.
Please do.
Because not only was Kurt Cobain knocking around Seattle, but also Mark Driscoll.
Yes.
And when you have this kind of like punk rock type of church in arguably like the most secular metro city in the country,
Yeah.
still. Perhaps, then like that evolves into the like couch and coffee movement, and that's kind of where we're still at. And it's turned like the church infrastructure and architecture into like this corporate feel,
Yeah.
but also like Starbucks,
Yeah.
And so it's like all of that has had its own like movement and purposes and values and intentions, but that has moved everything so far away from those other things that I think are better,
Yeah.
arguably.
I think it's part of why I originally like just disdained like modern Christian music, because it felt just devoid. People complain about
Buy
like
six,
all
get one free.
the lyrics are whatever, and it's like the lyrics. Have you just heard the chord progression? It's just like it's terrible music. Jesus lyrics or otherwise.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But it's become its like own. Like you can hear, like you don't have to hear. They could change the lyrics, and you hear like, oh, that's a Christian song, like you said, adjective.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's weird. That it's its own genre of music.
Yeah, I've heard it like described as like sort of U2-esque.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
always hated U2,
With, like,
but I'm
the-
like that. I'm in the minority in that one. I get
It's this like what you would call like stadium rock kind of thing.
Mm.
Where it's very like anthemic in that way, and it's a weird mix of like all kinds of different things. But it's like it's a bubble that needs to burst, because this is something that the artist I've shared with you before, John Van Dusen, he's coming out with this massive like 36 song album that's like praise and worship focused, and he did an interview with a YouTube channel that's about like Christian music, and talked about how like he's collaborated with other like Nashville artists who like do this kind of stuff, and like during the songwriting sessions he would open with like, I'd like to pray over this before we start, and it caught some of them off guard. So like even like some of the, and that's not to say that like these songs haven't been used for good or anything like that, but like when some of the people who are writing these are just like, oh, we're gonna pray before we start.
Like,
writing
oh, I guess
songs.
if you're into that.
It's like, yeesh. It's like that's scary, but
Well, we've bred, I don't know, probably these two generations of people now that like think like if you're gonna worship God, like it has to sound like this.
yeah,
And whatever,
doesn't-
anything else is like, I like this, I like that, oh, that's old, whatever. But like worshiping God music, it's this.
yeah,
And it's like some of the least sophisticated music the West has ever come up with.
yeah.
Yes.
So then you're like, I guess that's what always bugged me about it, which is like, this God that's like all this all these adjectives we use, and it's like, I'm gonna make something for him. I'm gonna draw a smiley face on a cardboard box and say, I made this for you.
Dude. Yeah, it's like...
And it's like Mozart's like rolling in his grave.
I know.
Beethoven, all
Like-
these guys.
Like Bach.
That's what I would say is like, people
for
like,
me-
there's
church
no
every
way
Sunday.
dudes that have been dead for like 300 years should be beating us
Yeah.
at anything. Like, especially not how we, give art to God. That's pretty gross.
Yeah. For such a remarkable creative God that we worship, we make some of the most uncreative and remarkable art.
Yeah.
It's not daring, it's not interesting. It tells the most vague truth possible to avoid, heresies, basically.
Yeah.
Even still.
Yeah. Ugh, ugh. And maybe that's it. Like, I was thinking about election, like, as conservatives, like, we're always at such a disadvantage because the nature of being conservative, the nature of being Christian, is you make some kind of claim on, like, things ought to be a certain way. Like,
Yeah.
there's a truth, and the truth, at the end of the day, is like, exact. And so we're all trying to do our best to, like, approximate it. But I'm not really satisfied with, like, how your approximation, you're not really satisfied with mine. So we're kind of enemies once we figure out where those little differences are. And the left always has this advantage of, like, there's only really one true way to be, like, true. And there's an infinite amount of ways to be disruptive and chaotic. And if you're on the disruptive and chaotic side, it's like, we're brothers as long as we're rocking the boat. But it's so hard to maintain our, like, brotherhood because we're like, I think we're aligned. Oh, Greg thinks that something stupid.
Right.
Like, he likes this one song that I think is a little bit not as good,
Yep.
not Christ honoring as mine. And then, like, now we're not.
Yep.
And so when you said that, like, that kind of resonated with, like, yeah, look, we're so worried about being called a heretic by our own
Yeah.
when, of course, I think we had that one guy and we were talking politics and how they have their own little heresy stuff going on too.
Oh, Brandon, yeah.
But in another sense, it's like, it's a pretty broad, wide tent in, like, the wrong way. It's like, hey, as long as we're just, like, getting people off the mark, like, we're friends in this battle. It's so hard for us to maintain our unity because I've got the truth, and Alex is like, he's kind of there.
But he supports Victor Marx, so you know about him, right? I
Yikes.
mean, come on, we can't. Candace Owens. I mean, Israel is just you don't have the deep knowledge. So
Right, and then we're enemies. Like, we're more enemies than we are with our actual enemy.
yes,
I was gonna say we should probably touch on the, like, Charlie Kirk stuff. I was actually gonna open
Who's
with
that?
Who? Because, like, obviously that happened since last time. Because last one was, what did I say it was?
September.
September. Yeah, early September. Yeah. What a wild thing, huh?
It's weird because I still see his videos, and it's like he's still around and he's still
You don't say.
debating and having conversations, but he's gone, which is really weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
That definitely rocked our family pretty good.
Yeah.
It's that, like, parasocial where you're just like, I never met the guy, so
No.
he only ever exists in my phone anyway.
Yeah.
And he still exists there.
Yeah.
We were like, I think that's the thing is, like, we all felt some amount of grief because it's like, while we've never met him, it's like we're, like, right there next to him as far as, like, the values and the underlying mission and passion.
Yep.
And so it's just hard to see, and, like, a political assassination for someone who's not in politics, that's kind of wild.
It is wild.
Like, not since, like, MLK-ish, right?
And it's a reminder that, at least in my opinion, like, the people holding office aren't really all that powerful compared to people that are doing, like, the right thing outside of office.
Yep.
Yeah. Like the amount of
he's a great
people that
example.
the amount of people that like his words reached compared to Chuck Schumer or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
He wasn't running for election. He wasn't gonna get into a position where he could change policies to change people's way of life. He was just speaking, like sharing.
Yes,
Yeah.
except for he was, right?
Yeah, I mean,
because he wasn't narrowing all his thing to like, I'm holding office of XYZ
Yeah.
with such and such constraints, and my PR guy, he could help move policy all over the country and the world,
Yeah.
like theoretically. And now that he's dead, and you hear all these stories, you're like, wow, he was actually.
Yeah.
There could be a case to be made that like if he hadn't gotten into like making Turning Point and all of that, that like Trump may have not been reelected.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yep.
He put in tons of work, him and the whole organization.
I was reading, he basically helped pick Vance. He was out there like scouting out like Greenland.
Yeah.
I mean, just all kinds of stuff. So you're like, holy cow.
Yeah.
So I obviously felt like a lot of grief. I felt a lot of shame when he died.
How so?
A few things. One was I just hit 40 right now before he died, but at least for me, like 40 is kind of that like age where like tipping over to like a lot of the movers and shakers are younger than you now. Not all, but a lot of them. And so you kind of start thinking about this, like, what have I been doing with my time anyway, type of thing.
So more
And then
more
you-
conviction than shame.
Sure, but you do this like comparison thing with like, okay.
I guess
so
I
there's-
don't have that because I'm not like he was like 2 years younger than I was. So
Sure, yeah. So
so
you're like
even
peers.
even still though, like the amount of work that he did throughout his 20s like pales and mine is like nothing in comparison.
Yes, you just think like, oh, someone that had purpose and stuck to it all through
Yeah.
through that time,
Never let up.
and it becomes so valuable and important in the like the right ways, not in like self-aggrandizing ways, but and you're like, oh wow. And then you look at your own, and he's like, oh, that's kind of shameful. Wow. And you're like, he died doing stuff that like, would I have the guts to have been doing that? Like, especially right when you read you see his interviews and stuff, and he's like, if you haven't had, because you're like, oh, these death threats and stuff. It's like, if you haven't had like a death threat, he's like, you're not doing anything for the country.
You're not open to mark at all. You're not really.
Yeah, and you're like, you hear that, and you're like, I've never had a legitimate like death threat. You're like, man, that.
And you don't have to be in public office to do any of that. And that's, I think, for us conservatives, oftentimes we're misled to think like the only way you can actually do anything meaningful is you have to run for office and be in office. It's like, I would say, almost in all situations, it's not the case. And everyone, oh, he was probably going to be president one day. And I don't know that was really what he wanted to do. And that probably would have neutered him to a certain extent. I mean, unintentionally.
Yeah. You think Trump, as influential as he's been in like his entire life, he wasn't elected to anything until like he's pushing 70. So it's like, yeah, it's a fallacy to think, and I get that all the time. It actually kind
People
of like
want you to run for office
sickens
all the
me because people will come, especially like I've got this like gaudy house in this crap, man. So people, I remember like this 72-year-old guy. I respect him a lot, and but he comes and he's like, oh man, and he's been gone for a while, so he comes back. You made something of yourself, all this stuff that like, it's good to hear, like as a young man, like, oh, I'm respected by it. But they're like, you really want to like take the next step or whatever, or really be successful. It's like you need to run for a commissioner or whatever or something. And it's like, it's not this weird like ladder of success thing. It's
That
like
someone else has built for you.
sure, yeah, someone else is built for you. But I don't even mean to like, I need to be self-made. I just mean like,
Well, it's like that's
this isn't
not.
a game about like who has the coolest trophies on the wall or something. It's like,
Yeah.
if you see an issue in the world, and for one, like the odds that the only and best way to fix it is holding a particular office is probably pretty low.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that times the probability like that you're like the unique guy that should hold that office and has the unique set of skills to do that is also like, if that's the case, it's like, then I should probably run. Or maybe to block something. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but it's like definitely not because like, well, if you really want respect or if you really want to be successful, you need to have, commissioner on your resume or representative on your resume.
I think it overlooks like the importance of the things you've already accomplished. It's like just because you are now a husband, you are now a father of 7, you now have a large house. It's like, okay, you've conquered those things. Now you need to have something new to conquer. That's almost like the framework that people seem to have.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, you're still a husband. You're still a father. And it's like, those aren't things you've conquered just because you are them.
Yeah, and there's like was it Peter principle or Peterson principle?
Oh, Jordan Peterson.
No, I think it's basically, it's like in business of you promote people until they like are terrible at their job.
You have time for another one?
Yeah. So it's like someone that's like great, and they're like, oh man, you're killing it as the janitor. You're going to be head janitor. Oh man, you're killing it as the head janitor. We're going to make you the manager of this. You're killing it as the manager of this. And we promote you to director, and it's just beyond your particular skill set. And now you're not killing it as director, and now we have to fire you because you're failing. And it's like, you took one of those valuable people in your company, promoted them beyond their like capacity. So a lot of times, like when you're talking all that, it's like, I'm still a husband like forever, and being good at that is like a daily challenge.
Yeah, 100%.
I still have kids in my home for another 20 years, and being good at that to one of them is a daily challenge.
Yeah.
And so by the fact of those, you have to be some sort of a businessman, even if you're clocking in. You have to go work because of those two, and you have to be good at that too. So it's like, I don't want to promote myself beyond what I can do.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Well, this devaluing of, being a husband or being a parent in our society, it's like, I always go back to that saying, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. It's like you're raising up a bunch of cool kids that are gonna probably change the world, at least their world. It's like, what more noble thing can you do? It's not sexy, it's not glamorous. Oftentimes goes unnoticed and
sexy to your wife.
I need fire.
Yeah, yes, that's the most important thing.
Raising good kids is sexy to the wife.
And I do think that's tied to our Catholic and our art and all of whatever stuff is, right, like exponents and time. And like, okay, like I can run, right, Cody, I think me and Cody are like the same exact age.
I think so.
Yeah, because I went to his 40th birthday party like 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
So like he's a county commissioner. Like he's like stamped in the record books. When you in the archives of Grand Junction or whatever, it's like, oh,
yeah,
that's pretty awesome. That's significant.
He'll always be known as the Honorable Cody Davis.
Yeah,
even after office.
It's really cool.
That's cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that for him. I love that for like all of us. But in another sense, it's like everyone has this like, well, if I don't do that, then it's like a loss or something. And it's like, I don't know, maybe one of my 7 kids will be like a judge or this or that. And it's because of me not screwing around and trying to get myself on the podium. Because if I did, I would have neglected them. Now I'll make 6 county commissioners. But I'll make 3 of those in time, but it's like 40 years from now. I don't know.
Well, also, it's like,
You got something going on this?
do you want to lean into your role as a spouse and a parent to better your spouse, which will then better yourself. Because I'll preach the gospel of like being reciprocal in marriage, because it's like the more you pour into your spouse, it will come right back around to you, and it's just like this awesome feedback loop that happens there. And then with your children, like the impact of like you said, like raising, 4 in my case, 7 in yours. Who knows what'll change?
4 for now.
4 for now. Yeah. The door is shut but not locked.
Yes.
That's the way we put it.
That's funny.
That's huge. That is huge. Whereas like if I tried to like nail on an extra thing of like, oh, I'm also doing all of this like political stuff or volunteering or whatever it may look like, that may cause the other things to suffer. So like you need to like measure your bandwidth and see like, am I taking care of house and home, because that is so incredibly important, and letting that slip to the point of like causing damage, which I don't fear that I would do that, because like I just don't think it'd ever get to that point. I have enough like wherewithal, but that does so much damage to other people exponentially, like you're talking about, and that's so hard to walk back for people. So it's like, as long as I'm raising like good kids, then everything else is just gravy. It's like, it's either that or like, am I following someone else's ladder that looks awfully corporate?
Yeah.
For my life, for my meaning and purpose.
Definitely that, because you also get a sense of like, Charlie Kirk was obviously meant to be doing what he was.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was
like,
doing it before he was married.
When did he? Before he was married, he's like 16 or something.
Yeah,
I mean, he's like
late teens when he really.
Because you see these interviews of him, he's like, well, you're going to graduate high school in a couple months. And and he's like, yeah, and he's in this suit, and he's like this nerdy looking kid. He's like, yeah, we're going to do this and that. And you're like, and of course, he's just like a novelty gimmick to these people interviewing him. And you then realize, like, he's going to be one of the most powerful people in the country in 20 years, dude. But he obviously had, like a God-given purpose. And a lot of times, sometimes I'm like, unless I really feel that, it's like, why would I deviate?
And I think it probably goes back to the hubris thing too. But I think that's a lot of the mistakes that are made, especially I think with men. I think we tend to be attracted to status.
Well, yeah, because that's our currency. Like,
taking down the big trophy.
I can't take my shirt off and people ooh and ah, so I gotta flash money or I gotta flash status and accomplishment.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that's where, I mean, you even see with pastors, they end up with kids that are atheists, and it's like, well, what were you doing during the child rearing years when you were the pastor? It's like, you obviously put the church and that work even in front of your kids, and you always hear that, refer to the pastor's kids, they're always hellions. And
yeah, it's
but the same thing even in public office. I mean, good friend across the pond here, Scott McGinnis, great guy. He was, his House representative, went on to congressional District 3 rep for 8 years or however long he was in there, but during that time, there's some kids in there and they're not even conservative, and not that he did anything wrong necessarily, but it takes a lot of effort and energy in your own life and in your own home, and if you start spreading that too thin, and maybe that's why a lot of people get into politics later in life, because family's been raised, but there's this notion now, I think maybe partly because of Charlie Kirk, but there's this notion now that, we need young people to like rise up and take over the GOP and let the youth lead, and it's like they've got like babies at home, and what are they going to do at the state capitol that's really going to be that meaningful, especially right now because we're in a super majority of Democrats. It's like, are you going to risk your family? Because I've had people ask me if I'd run for stuff at the state level. It's like, maybe eventually, but like, if I actually thought I could do some good, but it's like, I've got a home, I've got kids, and like, my community is really important to me. It's like, Denver's not that important to me right now. But then you look at Ronald Reagan, he really studied the Soviets and studied communism. He's like, you gotta take that down. Like, that is not okay. Like, that's gonna be, that was like his battle of his time. And he effectively did that, somewhat as governor of California, but then obviously as president. And almost got killed for his efforts, which makes me think he was over the mark. But and maybe even JFK to a certain extent. Like, Dad was a big fan of JFK, and he was killed for his efforts. And I mean, he was talking about taking down the Federal Reserve and all kinds of stuff. Which, man, that would have been epic.
I think because there is like a governmental apparatus that exists, like a structure, and there are certain things you can do from the outside, and there's certain things you can only do from the inside. But you're not going to accomplish every good thing that there is to accomplish, and so you gotta timing kind of everything, and your skill set and your whatever, and in the Bible, like Paul was not Joseph, was not David, was not Sam, was like the diversity of these great men that fought the dragon from the throne, from an administrative seat, from like a cave, from prison, and then and different times in your life, right? Like, so a slave doing the right thing, prison because of doing the right thing, and then now, like, essentially, like, I want to say vice president, but more powerful than our vice president, all in one lifetime. Moses, essentially like a prince who's been like a refugee or something, like he just and then comes back as like some just like, where have you been, hobo? So to me, if like, right, and if Moses just decided, he's like, you know what, I'm a great man and I'm gonna go free those people, he'd have probably just been like speared to death the first day, and like that had been that. So, but I think if God says, "Hey, come here for a second, I need to talk to you," and if He does, then you do it.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good, like, that's a nice, like, biblical case to make, I think, because, like, deep down we seem to feel, like, validated as far as, like you said, like, you don't care about Denver right now. It's like, kind of all of this stuff that we're talking about is the thing of, like, we feel our convictions in our lives, no matter how close or far away from our, like, bubbles they are. Like, I would say you, Greg, have convictions and callings that are beyond my sphere at the moment. That may change in the future, I don't know. It's like, is that wrong? Like, is it wrong that I don't feel that calling to, go above and beyond for my community? And is it wrong that you don't feel the calling to go above and beyond for your state? Right. And it's like, I think that's something that every Christian struggles with, because it's like, am I doing enough? Which is, a reasonable concern.
Because there's a lot of do-goodery you could do.
Yeah, exactly.
At the expense of what?
Like, it's like, people always encourage Christians to go into the missions field. And it's like, well, it's not so easy to just uproot and just go somewhere.
And that's not for everyone.
If we all did that, then, America would be empty. And
we'd all be Africa.
Yeah.
We'd all be Africans.
Pastor Tim mentioned that. Remember that old Christian song in the 90s, I don't want to go to Africa or whatever?
No.
You don't remember that song? I don't know who sang it. Or God Don't Send Me to Africa.
Nice.
And then at the end of the song, they were missionary in Africa. But that was Tim's thing. Like, he actually, like, that was it. He's like, God, don't send me to Africa. He's like, I want to do YWAM, but I don't want to go to Africa. And then all of a sudden, at some point, God actually put him on his to go to Africa. He ended up there. But it takes me back to that book by Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers. I think a lot of those individuals are outliers, like Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you could just, you know what, I'm going to be the next Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
I think you've got to be in the right place at the right time with the right intellect, with all the right pieces and parts there, and a calling. Like, not everyone can be Steve Jobs, not everyone can be Bill Gates, which I'm not a huge fan of, any of those individuals. But even the Beatles, they were right place, right time. They put in their 10,000 reps. Boom. but they weren't an instant success. They didn't just pick up a couple instruments and all of a sudden they're like, the best new thing. It's like,
Charlie Kirk was well read.
yes,
Put in the hours.
Yep. He had a pastor that would sit down and just work through all of these different conversations, and he just really mastered a lot of those topics and those big ideas. He was able to condense and consolidate it down into some pretty brief talking points, and I mean that's a real gift. But he also put a lot of time into that too, and then that sprung into something. But I know what you mean as far as like, what have I been doing? It's like, gosh, you really changed the world.
The main thing that I took away from it, like once all of the like grieving and processing was done, was like I just feel braver now. It's like there was like a facade or a veneer that was kind of on my lifestyle and just day-to-day operations that kind of got stripped away. It was just like all of the like dumb things that didn't matter kind of like stopped meaning so much to me, because like that just like father of two, close to my age, and it's like that really hit, and like saying things that are true, and it's like I can't do that. Not that I wasn't before, but like actually seizing opportunities or seeking them out, is very easy to like have the opportunity if you had like the drive to pursue it, and I don't always have the drive. So that was one thing that got through me. It's like the conviction of like, have I been holding back?
Probably talking about the same thing then.
How's the Oliva?
Is nice. Been a while.
I am going to buy a box of the Mayflower now that I know that not Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles went to Oliva to create that for him. It's like, all right, if those are Oliva cigars and I can support the Daily Wire, I'm going to buy a box.
There you go.
When the funds allow.
Dude, that's interesting. I haven't really been all into all that lately, but I can tell like the Daily Wire's like shaking up a bit. Like, what are you a big fan of them still, or you're not?
I think they're doing really good work. I think Ben Shapiro is he's obviously an intellectual of our time. I mean, he can debate anything. He's just crazy smart. I don't agree with him on quite a bit of stuff. And then the rest of the cast there, I think they all have their thing. Like Michael Knowles, he's a Catholic, so he really leans pretty heavily into that. But he'll have interesting conversations.
Like all Catholics except for Shapiro, or just feels like it.
Cleveland's Protestant.
Cleveland's Protestant, but they've ran off anyone that's challenged some of that.
I think that's kind of what I noticed.
Like Candace Owens and a lot of the younger personalities, they'll bring them in, and then within a year or two they're off, and they've got kind of a grievance. Ben Shapiro's probably not the easiest to work for.
I've never been a fan, even since back in the day. I took tons of grief for it. Now it's like trendy to hate on him.
Yeah.
And so now I like want to defend him, and I'm like, a couple years ago I wouldn't be, but and I've never been a Walsh fan. So I think I'm always like vaguely like, oh yeah, the Daily Wire, like we're on the same team, but like not really into it. But I know a lot of people are super into them. So
I like the Morning Wire because it's really just kind of a recap of what happened yesterday in the news with an obvious conservative slant to it, and not nearly as opinionated as the rest of them. And so for me, that's kind of like my quick little daily dose of news, kind of what I need to know. And then if Ben Shapiro's talking about something interesting in his daily show, I'll usually listen to it, but not always. And sometimes he'll just go off because he's obviously Orthodox Jew, and so he'll spend an entire episode talking about Nick Fuentes, which is like,
they're like arch enemies. Or whatever.
He's a turd, and I don't really need to think more about it. But for him, it's like because he feels like Nick Fuentes and that whole, what do they call them? Groypers. That whole movement right now. Groypers.
Something like that. I don't
know
exactly
Groypers. Well, that's a thing that actually stresses me out. You just see this weird fracture of like, you see, especially like people like your age being like super anti-Jew because it's like cool and they're conservatives, and then I talk to a lot of them and I'm like, you're leftists,
Yeah.
but you like guns and the flag, but you're a leftist because you've got problems. Sad to find out, like, you know, Gen Z is the first generation with problems. How sad for you. But like, turns out everything that's ever been bad in the world, like, the Jews did it. Well, fancy that. And I'm like, oh, you're a leftist. You just blame different people then.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's bad because that's like in our like camp, like growing up in our camp. And like in principle, it's like what we're actually against. But we're kind of like intermingling with them and whatever, and it's kind of flying under the radar because it's like, well, they like to shoot stuff and they have American flag pillow sheets or whatever, pillowcases. And I'm like, no, but they're leftists. Like, we need to fix that somehow.
Yeah, conservative media is in a really awkward place right now. I've noticed. It's like you have Tucker doing his own thing. Daily Wire's kind of
I now
falling
like
apart.
Tucker, and I never used to like him. Weird.
Like Nick Fuentes is on the rise a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just strange. Candace Owens is saying the things that she's saying and getting like 1 to 2 million views of video.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
I think some of it's going to sort itself out, but there's definitely some competing ideas and narratives in the conservative camp, and it's
And we just
really...
had all the Crowder stuff happen too.
Right.
He's kind of like
He's like back
settled
again.
back down a little bit,
Yeah.
but
What did he do? I just knew he like
there was a scandal
never
with
heard
like
of
his
him.
wife.
And came back. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if they ended up getting divorced or not, but
I haven't heard that. Well, then he was going to team up with Daily Wire too, and then that went south.
that was the whole thing.
That was a huge fiasco.
huh.
Just, I don't know.
So I've missed a lot of that.
I think some of it too is like when you're creating your own content, you want to own it, and I don't disagree with that. I think that was
I see.
his thing. And when you sign on to the Daily Wire, you're basically,
So business and
they almost own all your content, and
And he took it personally.
he took it personally because they couldn't come to an agreement on the contract, and then he, you know,
That's not a new thing.
picked up his
though.
toys and walked off. It's not a new thing.
Right, like you work for NBC. It's like you work for NBC. Like,
Yeah, and it's like Daily Wire's bigger than Crowder, and he didn't want to act like that was the case.
Right. But then you got the free press, which that's been impressive what they've been able to put together fairly quickly. What's her name? The Jewish lesbian gal. She came to CMU. Andrea got to go see her.
Ooh.
Barry Weiss.
Oh, okay.
She's really interesting to listen to. I don't agree with everything. She's probably, you know, middle right. But now she's like the editor for CBS News. Like, they brought her on. They fired whoever was there, you know. So that's really interesting too. So there's interesting movement happening, but it feels very just up in the air. Where's all the chips going to land? I don't know. And some of that I think is post-Trump election, because what's the husband and the wife? They're on, is it MSNBC? What's their show called? Anyway, but then as soon as Trump gets elected, they basically went and kissed his ring and changed the whole narrative on their show. And even Chris Cuomo, now he's got his Real Nation or whatever he's calling it. Now all of a sudden he looks like he's way more conservative. It's like, is that just because that's the soup du jour? So you're just
Wow.
jumping onto that? And because during COVID, he was a freaking tool. Him and Don Lemon, and how they just shamed anyone that just didn't fall in line with the science.
It was
and
insufferable.
the vaccine, and
they're just-
oh my gosh! And now I listen to Chris Cuomo, and it's like, huh, yeah, sounds like some common sense is showing up here. But is
No,
it just all a show? 'Cause that's
It's
that's what people
all a
want right now.
show.
It's all a show.
It's because everyone can tell, like, oh shoot, this whole like we pushed it too far. Now that like the backlash, I want to
Yep.
be on the right side of that.
And that's a political pendulum, right? It always goes a little too far one way, and then it kind of starts to swing
And
back.
when the product is yourself,
yes,
and it's like, oh, well then Chris Cuomo needs to now be over
Yes.
here.
Yeah, like he
Yeah.
can tell. So I mean, that's how I read all that stuff.
yep,
Because they did. I mean, the left. I mean, every time I think the leftists are like evil geniuses, I'm like, oh, you're kind of dumb. Because this, we're so. I don't want to do the cliche of like conservatives are so lazy and whatever, but we kind of are. Like
We're naive.
we're kind of doing our thing, and yeah, it's so easy to win this like culture war if you just like slow go it like they do.
yes,
They always get like over eager, and then they're like, and we're gonna make a tranny dog the next
yep,
candidate, and then people are like, what? Like that's so far out of. Well, like you've created what's normal. Like you're good at this,
yep,
and you push even your own boundaries to where like, and then everyone like realizes. That's why I always make fun of like my own camp, but like conservatives were like we were all like pretty much fine, but like no one cared about anything until like I don't know, like boys, right? Everyone's all into like, oh, boys are in girls' sports and stuff. And I'm like, where did you think all this was gonna go? Like the last 30, 40 years?
yeah,
Like, of course, nobody cared until your little girl like didn't get the trophy because some like boy beat him. It was like, I don't really care about that. Like, I care about like your particular daughter because that's sad. But like, in the face of what we've all tolerated and been fine with, in the scope of feminism, homosexual, like all these things that like we know are evil, we know where they're going. We're like, I don't care that your daughter didn't get a trophy. Are you kidding me? Like now you're gonna complain? But I guess you're complaining now, so I guess that's good.
Was that saying, Paula, you don't take an interest in politics until it takes an interest in you? So I think for some people, it's like you literally have to have a
Yeah.
girl in girl sports that all of a sudden something happens. It's like, wait a minute,
I was
Yeah.
about to say, like,
what's going on here? It's like
It's
it's
all
been going on for a long time.
it's all fun and games saying as much as you want out into the ether until it
Yeah.
comes back to your front door.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's just.
We at least are a little more cognizant of that. We're just naive as far as like expecting things to like course correct without more effort.
I guess that's what's weird now is you see like so the Fuentes guys. I'm unfamiliar with like his actual like the philosophy.
Likewise.
But I see with all these, there's like, you can see like Christian conservatives and like whatever else conservatives like splitting, where it's like, one side is like, I'm obedient to Christ. That obedience dictates like
Informs everything else.
certain ways of living,
Right.
certain principles, certain whatever. And then someone from the outside is looking at that and is like, we'd call that conservative. And it's like, okay, I'm a conservative, I guess.
yeah,
But that's because I follow Christ.
That's how I would describe myself.
Yeah, me too. But so you're like, this is against like who I worship, so I'm against that.
Yeah.
But then you've got these other guys that are like, I don't follow Christ.
yeah,
They just want small government. Mostly because, like, well, I don't like paying taxes, so I don't want a big government.
right.
Or I don't want other people to tell me to do. Because you're fighting against who I worship, who actually is me.
It's just it's the lack of like victimhood mentality, right?
Sure,
Like they
Kinda.
might not have like these holy motivations.
yeah, they might not have holy
don't
motivations,
feel like a
or
victim.
I'm more and more seeing it as like their victim mentality is just different than what we're used to seeing.
True.
Right? Because we're victimized by the fact that we have to regulate something sometimes.
Yeah.
Or the fact that the way stuff's set up is I do have to pay taxes sometimes, or
Yeah.
whatever. Right? Because it's just like a fence. Not like, hey, this is getting out of hand, or hey, you're not using it responsibly, or whatever.
Right.
It's like the fact that I don't do whatever I want as a regulated individual is like the offense. Because you're when we'd say like, ooh, you're offending who I worship, Christ, and he dictates some things, the other side is like, who I worship is myself, and you're offending that.
Yeah.
And then you like see them like splitting, and then we split on these like, what are the origins of our prosperity? It's like a lot of us will be like, well, Christ and how it's worked out through the ages and all this stuff, and that's why our laws more or less protect the weak and more or less all these things. But then you get all these other things where it's like, well, actually I think it's because some inherent European superiority, we need to get back to that, or we need to this or that.
I see what you're saying.
And so you just see a lot of that, but it's in the conservative like side.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where we're like, but it wasn't like Christ and our founders like took those principles and made a country out of it. It's like whites, or it's non-Jews apparently, or it's any of these other things that we want to attribute our success to, because they don't bend the knee to Christ just as much as these people that we, like Nancy Pelosi bends the knee to Christ. They just have a different... Am I like nuts?
No. No, I get.
But it seems like we're like, even this like last election, like some people that like came out that are like on our side, in like locally, on our side, but they came out like against some of our people, and it kind of seemed like on this like, on like, they're a little too far because they're like Christian, and like Jesus doesn't belong in politics.
Yeah.
And it's like, without Jesus, like, you have no reason not to just be a leftist and get as much as you can for as little. And when you start, you're like, oh, you kind of do.
Also,
You just do it under the banner of the flag instead of, like, the sickle. Whatever.
So Jesus has just as much place in politics as everyone's own personal motivations has, you know?
Well, I mean, if Jesus is anything, he's political.
Yeah.
All politics is like, hey, there's more than just me here. There's like you and me. Like, how are we going to do this?
Yeah.
And that's all Jesus is talking about. Was like, how are you going to do this?
Also, like, when are we going to get over, like, the misunderstanding of what separation of
Church and state.
means?
Apparently never.
Apparently, that's just never going away.
Well, but see, in our camp, we have a lot of that. They just get like, I'm sick of like the Jesus people dragging us down.
What does that mean?
They're convinced that as long as if you didn't get so religious, then people would vote for us, and it's like that's a fallacy. People that hate human prosperity or struggle with envy, they just hate human prosperity and struggle with envy. I don't care if you do it under the flag of Muhammad
Also,
or Christ or whatever.
like the whole Jesus thing, like everyone is cool with it except for two things: LGBT and abortion. Like that's and like maybe immigration is loosely tied into that, although they try to make their arguments that Christianity shouldn't have borders or whatever. But like what is there to turn your nose up at that like Christ taught, aside from like don't do homosexual acts and don't kill babies in the womb?
Well, and then you get into the Christian left and how they pursue, politics. That's kind of a whole nother conversation. But,
Yeah. Completely different strategy.
very different strategy. Because now, the new buzzword is Christian nationalists, right?
Yeah.
So if you're patriotic and you care about your country and you're a Christian and you live out Christian values, now you're a Christian nationalist. So it's like the new bugaboo. It's the slander.
And somehow nationalist is like synonymous with like racist
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I think the Christian nationalists don't go far enough. I think if you're Christian, you're a Christian globalist, not a Christian nationalist. Now, you start somewhere, so then if you start somewhere, then I'm like, well, you should start being like a Christian like neighborhoodist.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like a little bit like most of the Christian nationalists, like I know, it's not like they don't care about their community, but they're so focused on like the White House. And it's like, well, if your like city was a Christian city,
Yeah.
I would respect like take the next step. But at the same time, it's like the end game is like Christian galaxyist, right?
Brennan Llewellyn, he's the guy that we had on last year, whenever it was, talking about the Marxists, He's now writing for the Business Times, doing really good work. But he and I have talked about that quite a bit. It's like, what's the role for Christians, in the community? I wouldn't say in politics as far as like running for office, but just in the political sphere, right? And because I reject the whole notion of Christian nationalists that we're trying to take over the country and make like a Christian religion, like because that's
separation.
That's the separation, but that's it's the clause in the Constitution that says that the government will not mandate a state religion, and I think we all tend to agree with that. We don't want the government to decide which religion we're going to
render unto.
And that's more. I think that's more tied to like why we don't want the government to dictate hardly anything,
right?
Because with the best intention, like they're just plainly not good at it, and they always like oppress people.
Yes.
Well, once you turn it into mommy and daddy, then yeah.
I wish we would tie it to that instead of it's this isolated idea of like religion and politics don't mix. It's like whatever it is about like government, it's just not good at most things.
Yeah. So like the homeless shelter is a great example, and we've talked about the homeless shelter locally, and Brandon and I kind of have an inside scoop on what's going on there. But Homeward Bound, they're talking about shutting their doors for good first of the year. And in the same breath, they're also asking the city of Grand Junction if they could just get $500,000. That would be great, because then they could cover their operating expenses. It's like, oh, so you want taxpayer money, but you have not done a good job of fundraising at all. How have they stayed open for 20 plus years without a bunch of government money? But now that's the only way they're going to be able to stay open is government money. And it's like, why isn't the church just doing all of that? And I would do it differently than Homeward Bound's probably done it. But, if we're going to take care of the least of these, if there's a single mom with 2 kids and all of a sudden they find themselves homeless, it's like, what's the church doing about that?
Yeah.
And so our church, we did our yearly chili and soup cook-off, and we raised a bunch of money. So we usually select some ministries we're going to give it to. And so this one, the main focus was on Matthias Malumba's father to the
blessed man.
Yeah, father to the fatherless. Is that what he calls it? Yeah. And so they built, a large facility, and we helped them finish that off. Now they've got a high school that they're building, and I think we're going to be able to help them finish that off as well. But then there's extra money, and what are we going to do with the extra money? And so we decided let's see if we can keep the homeless shelter open for 2 months. So we committed to like January and February.
That's cool.
Well, what if all the churches in town did that? And then what if we could actually, and then take it over and maybe restructure it a little bit? But it's like, I don't think one church could do it. And all the churches together are fairly disorganized. But what if you could have maybe a new 501c3 with a new board, and you've got some structure around it, and the churches feel like, all right, we can start donating to this, and let's really try to create transitions where we can get people off the streets, get them clean, get them into some housing, get them back into work.
Yeah.
But instead, you've got this shelter that's threatening to shut down, creating I would say almost a false emergency because they want taxpayer funding to keep the place open.
That's the next step. Like in
Right.
the
So is that Christian nationalism
idea, I
That's
think
Christian
so.
communityism.
I think that's
we should be doing that.
what it is. That's the beginning of. For one, Christians in the Valley, we need to be unified.
Yeah. And even you guys have a food bank now, right?
Yeah. It's thriving.
Well,
That's
Sam,
awesome.
we just got they just installed like a walk-in freezer.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God's really been blessing that.
I love Sam's attitude of like what are we doing? Like, does someone need our building? Let's use the building. Does someone need, like, if the church got burned down, tomorrow, or close its doors or something less violent, would the community notice? And if I think your community doesn't notice, if your church, like, you're not doing what you're...
Then what have you been doing?
Yeah.
The Charlie Kirk thing affected Sam a lot too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sam's younger, right? 40s?
No, he's 50s.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty young too. So.
Yeah.
But he did like an impromptu-ish, like 2 weeks notice. Like, I want all the men in this church to attend like a Saturday breakfast, and I have something that God wants me to say something to you guys.
Wow.
And so there was like 7, like basically the cutoff that he gave was like, if you have a driver's license and you call this church your home, you need to come.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So there's like 70 guys there.
Wow.
And he just preached on this thing of like, who are you calling Lord? And just like that same thing of like just cutting through the veneer and the nonsense. And it's just like,
Take all the fluff away, and that's...
Are you in or out? And it was like, yeah.
That's good.
Largely speaking on things that I had already like felt myself, but same type of thing. Just
That's awesome.
a nice little like fire that seems to kind of have been like lit under people. But
He seems like a real cool, like passionate guy. Like
he
to
is.
see
He is.
where he takes stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Look, that. So like, and part of it's like our tax code. Like our government knowingly like did this.
Mm-hmm.
It was really separated in the average like Christian's mind. Like we ought this. That's not our domain.
Right.
Like, we can't help.
Yep.
Talking about exorcisms, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's just other people do that.
Yeah. Like when we sub, and maybe it's a cultural thing too, of just like we sub everything out. Like one of the things we were trying to like get a elder at our church, and there was all this like controversy on blah 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 and everything. But through that, like one of the guys brought up, he's like, I'd honestly like to just do away with like the pastorate and do this like Amish model of like elder led.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, dude, like one like issue at a time, because this is so. But just through thinking,
that Overton window, it's over here.
Exactly.
We got to get there.
But through thinking through, just talking about that, I'm like, it's fair to talk about that, like philosophically, of like, do we sub out? Have we culture like we sub out like I don't know anything about the plumbing in my house because I call a plumber for that, an electrician for that, and I have a professional God guy that tells me what God wants from me.
I've subbed that out to him.
And that's my pastor. Like, maybe there's something to that, like that we're doing that wrong, like culturally.
You guys are going to turn into a brother in church.
I know,
Like,
right?
I grew up in one of those. It was really cool.
Yeah?
Yeah. And we did 0 in the community.
Yeah, and so I don't see that like happening anytime soon.
And it
at,
wasn't
like, this
because of
church.
that. It's just
you just didn't.
We just didn't. But
I
I preached from the pulpit when I went to that church. I led Sunday school classes. I mean, it was really cool. We had no pastor. Everyone just shared the pulpit. It was really cool.
I was like, actually, I can see some merits to that, like fighting against this whole like professional Christian class. So, but the same thing. It's like, well, there's the homeless shelter people, and we can't do that, and our church can't even fund it directly. It's like we got to fund it through our taxes, and
Right. And that's where the Christian left comes from, right? They want to use forced confiscation of tax dollars and then use the government to then do
all the good stuff.
Like that's the only way it can work. And we have a brother-in-law. I know he struggled with that when he was a youth pastor at a church here in town, because he's definitely on the Christian left. But he opened, he talked the church into opening up the church on the weekends and allowing homeless people to be able to come in and basically just sleep on the pews and sleep in the church and whatever. But there were people in the church that were really concerned about safety and, are we vetting these individuals? Are they drug heads? And all the usual stuff. And I think that's partly why we like to just there's people that know better. They can screen these people. Let's leave that to them, and we'll just do our little churchy thing. Because I think we've subbed that out as Christians, and I think that's a mistake. Now that doesn't mean we should just like not think anything through and just jump right into it either. I mean, you have to think.
That's
stuff
the
through.
weird like middle, because we're all coming to these like like the same conclusion, but like in just different pockets of our life. We're like we homeschool, and so like one of the major criticisms is like, well, like, are you smart enough to do that?
Yeah.
Are you educated enough in the forms of education to do that? And part of it's like, I don't know, like maybe I'm really not. Like maybe those are actually legit criticisms, but in certain pockets of our lives we've seen where it's like, I don't want to sub everything out in my life, and I'm starting here. I'm starting with my kids' education. Or the next guy's like, I'm starting with learning jiu-jitsu because I'm not going to call the cops ever again, or whatever. I don't know.
Something that was helpful for Haley's mom when she was homeschooling.
Oh no!
You lost it.
It's worth it.
that because she homeschooled all three of the girls, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure, is she was told like you just have to stay one day ahead of them. It's like so long as you know like what they're going to be learning about tomorrow, then like you're fine. You don't have to be an English teacher or a chemistry teacher, so long as you like know what they're about to learn and understand it.
And I think that's a common logical fallacy. You definitely see it on the left that you have to trust the experts.
Yeah,
You're
the
not
COVID thing.
what?
Oh my
You're not an
goodness.
epidemiologist. Just go get the shot. You don't know what you're talking about. Doing your own research, like just snubbing our noses at people for doing
Listen
their
to
own
the
research.
people who have money on the line.
It's like there's a great book, Homegrown Kids. A PhD wrote it years ago,
Andrew
and put together a
yeah.
compelling argument looking at all the data. He's like, homeschool kids, they are community leaders when they're done. They're much more rounded. And education's not just, education's actually very Marxist. It's a Germanic idea that came out of the PhD universities. It's like, let's have public education.
doesn't
The Prussian
So
model.
all the kids learn how to they're a cog in the system, and because we need to have these laborers and these producers, and they need to have a basic knowledge of these things so that they can be a productive member of society. Whereas when you homeschool, man, you can teach your kids all kinds of different stuff, and there's so many resources out there now. This whole idea that like, well, you're not a mathematician, so what are you doing trying to teach your kids math? It's like there's freaking YouTube videos everywhere. There's great
Also,
resources.
like grades 1 through 12, not that
Come on.
incredibly complicated
Yeah.
to keep up with.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a reason that like professors exist to teach the more complicated advanced things, the specialized
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah.
It's like
And even then, Charlie Kirk had a better handle on all that stuff, and he didn't even go to college. He was self-taught. He had great people around him, for sure. That's where you got to know your limitations. But this whole idea that, your kids, the books that they read, compared to, like, any given kid in that district, it's like, it would be embarrassing. Right?
Yeah.
And kids just pick them up and like, oh, this is interesting. It's like,
Yeah.
Most kids don't do that. Yeah.
And I think they, obviously they would. My kids aren't special other than they're just not, in the system.
Right.
Yeah.
And they actually might have a love for learning, which is amazing. That's probably one of the best things we can instill in our kids is a love for learning. And to continue learning past 12th grade. So many people just, nope, I'm done. Didn't need to go to college, so I'm just done. They never crack a book again.
they take their 20s off.
Yes.
It's like, hey, I got through high school.
Yep.
I'd rather not consider college.
You almost
I'm just
need
gonna
this
take a decade off.
reward for having put up with it, or something.
Right. Yeah.
I want to take a break before I go get a job, and it's like a break from what? It's because you felt like the last 12 years was like this
A job.
oppressive job.
Yeah.
And yeah, so one, you're not probably the system itself is in some ways wasting your time,
Yes.
and then
Glorified daycare.
yeah, so it's wasting your time, but then also the way it's set up and the way it exposes you to different things exposes you to more time wastes.
Yes.
So I know my kids we had to do something with these school kids for a while because they mix up with a lot of different people.
Yeah.
But they're just what is with every kid we run into is obsessed with 6-7 or whatever. It's just
Because
this
they're plugged in.
conformist plug thing across the whole nation, and they're just I don't know, it means nothing. I don't really care.
It's to confuse the adults,
Yeah,
pretty much.
but then you at least, I don't know. You don't want to do it sheltery, you're scared of the world.
Yeah.
But we're plainly not scared of the world, but there's also stuff that's it's kind of wishy. You don't really need to bother with that right now.
It's just being honest with your kids, telling them what it is like it is, really. And I think kids have more discernment than you might realize.
Yeah, we don't give them nearly enough credit.
Yeah. But how old is your oldest?
He's 12 now. He'll be 13 in February.
Well,
Ugh. It's a great age. He's such a good kid. It's so hard though.
Sure.
Right? So there's girls that he's interested in, and they'll And for one, I'm kind of like, it's not like he's scared of girls because we're Christians and that's bad. But it's in another way, you're kind of like, it's a little bit of a waste of your time for like at 12.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I get that you're navigating it, but
I get it. But it's hard to see him like, he's interested in them. And then sometimes I reciprocate. It's like, and if they do reciprocate, like, what are you going to do with that?
Yeah.
You know? But when they don't, like, trying to navigate this, like, oh, like, she's not interested in me. She's interested in, like, this other guy who's playing like a douchebag. Why is that? And it's like, oh, life's hard. I forget. Dad's just become, like, callous to it. And you're, like, seeing this all the first. It's like, oh, it's so hard to, like, watch.
Well, you have to, like, it's so hard to, like, rewind your life back to when
Yeah.
you felt those things. Because, like,
That's so true.
I've been married for, like, over a decade. Like, it's hard to put myself back in those shoes, but, like, it's real when you're feeling it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just right, and then like with the other guys, because then you just all these like hierarchies start like
Yep.
showing up, and they're based on sometimes legitimate merit in the environment, and sometimes just like, well, that guy has the newest version of Nikes and I don't, and like, how do you help them figure out like, yeah, that's stupid, or like, yeah, if you want respect, you should work on that too, or
Yeah.
it's good. School. You saw the expert thing like up close. Well, you do all the time because you're a chiropractor, which means you're like, you practice medicine, but you don't get credit by half of your own community,
Yeah.
let alone the outside. Bunch of loser stuff.
You're just seen as the bone cracker.
I've gotten over it.
Or you run into like, oh, well, you didn't go to such and such photography school. It's like, who cares? Like, do my pictures sell or
Exactly.
no? Like,
I didn't graduate high school, and like mom and dad, you know, I give them all the grace in the world. They wanted, you know, they encouraged me to like get your GED.
But even then, it's like, I mean, if you homeschool now, you can just like print a quick little diploma, call it good, and then,
That's true.
you know, I mean, it's just, so what is graduating high school? It's like that they moved you along somewhat arbitrarily, and then, oh, you've arrived.
that's kind of
You can't really read or do math, but
cultural.
you graduated.
I mean,
That's what
you
graduation
can't,
means anymore.
You can't read, but you graduate.
like I'm dead serious. Like, I consider it like just a glorified daycare, because like the amount of life skills that I need to operate as an adult, like, yeah, basic arithmetic, writing, like reading, like it's a bare minimum.
Yep.
And it's like everything else is just like gravy, you know? So, like, I didn't need to learn, and I didn't. Like, I stopped doing
And
the
therefore,
work.
I didn't learn those.
Yeah, it's like, I was like, no trigonometry, no, like, advanced algebra, because, like, bless mom for putting up with me just kind of giving up at the end. But, like, at that point, I was, you know, like 17, 18, I started my job and all that, and it just kind of, things went a different direction. But, like, Stanley Kubrick did not finish high school.
Yeah.
It's just, and like famously would play chess with like every like actor like Jack Nicholson and whoever he worked with, beat him every time.
Yeah.
Dude was a genius. And it's just like high school wasn't what he needed.
I mean, most of our grandparents, you know, if they graduated high school, they were fortunate. But like Grandpa Angel, I think he made it through middle school and then had to start working in the fields here in Texas. And, you know, he was a success. I mean, smart guy. And I mean, so much of life is just taking an interest, wanting to learn, reading some books. You're not going to be an expert at everything. I think it makes you a more interesting person to know stuff, but most of that's not going to come through K through 12. And I think most of K through 12 now is college prep.
Yep.
That's why you have to take algebra. That's
Yeah.
why you have to take trig.
Yep.
Yeah.
Geometry. It's
100%.
not for life skills.
100%.
We'll
It's
do
so you can-
the bare minimum. We'll pay for you to do this so
Yeah.
that you can pay us back the big bucks when
Yes.
we go.
Yep.
like, and I sensed that as a kid,
Yeah.
where I'm like, I don't need more of this. Like, I don't need Goodwill Hunting right now.
Right.
It's like this is bad. I don't want it in my life.
Yeah.
I will purposefully avoid doing this in my life.
Goodwill
That's what I do as whatever my work is.
Right.
It's like if I have to circle back around, I will. But like, I
To play
don't need
the-
this as a 14-year-old.
To play the leftist like devil's advocate,
Sure.
are these people that we say like, well, look at that guy, he is so smart, he didn't do it. Look at Bill Gates, he didn't. Are they? They're exceptions because our system is like everyone does this.
Mhm.
But are they like exceptions in humanity? Like if the system was like done away with, would we have the literacy rates that we do?
I think this.
And is our literacy rates as important as we pretend they are?
Mm.
Or not pretend, as we think they are.
Like
I don't know.
I think the opportunity is great, and that has like caused certain people to excel because they had the path to be able to like actually learn really valuable stuff in K through 12.
Right.
But like when it's mandatory,
Yeah.
then it's like the people who are just like, I don't need this, they suffer.
Mhm.
But like it's hard for to trust a teenager when they're like, I don't need this, because like deep down I
yeah.
knew that,
Because
but
a lot
I
of
know
is
that like
is this just rebellion against like?
a Ferris Bueller would say like, oh yeah, I don't need this.
No.
And it's like deep down he probably kind of does a little bit.
Right. And that's where, parenting certainly comes in. And parenting as a
That's why
homeschool parent.
homeschooling, like you get that
Yeah.
with that intimacy, you can actually know what they need.
I wonder if it's just this whole systemic cultural thing of like if we just did away with it now, our whatever in literacy or whatever you measure it would probably like crash to the basement for a generation or two before it like went back up.
Because everyone's just going to be on TikTok.
We
all the
just
time.
our culture just like subs that out. But if you never had it, as society kind of comes up, like everyone just kind of come up anyway, because it's like, hey, like you should learn this because this is what dad needs to do, and you're gonna work with him. But right now, like the argument's like you can't do away with it because like who would even teach the kids? Because there was like kids can't even eat because their parents don't have any food, and it's like, well, that's because we've subbed feeding our kids out to like
Yeah.
We actually have.
and now we think that's normal, but it never probably would have been normal.
Well, and what do you need to know in your time too? I mean, like our grandparents, going back, more agrarian society. If you just knew, if you could read, that was obviously helpful. If you could do some basic math, that was helpful, and then learn some skills because so much of the work was skills based. Whereas now,
Like basic and mechanical stuff.
yeah,
Like we're post-industrial revolution, we're post-internet.
yeah,
Those
now
are
we're
big
in like,
things to consider.
right. We're in the third industrial revolution, which is AI and tech and data and all of that. So I think if you want to play in that arena, I think you probably do need some extra education. Doesn't have to be college. Could happen in high school. Could happen after school. But even AI now, I mean, that's going to be a huge problem. They're saying that now a lot of people are just actually struggling with just really thinking things through. Because I mean, even like Gen Z now, they get in a ChatGPT every day and it's like, what should I dress? How should I dress today? And what do you think would be the best thing for me to do this week? And so ChatGPT is like, oh, well, here's a plan for your week, and here's what you might want to think about doing. So instead of like thinking critically and thinking through, I'm going to have just this thing tell me how to live my life and what the best decision is. And so I think that's going to end up kind of dumbing down society in a way, which that's concerning for sure.
Which like isn't it outputting like 1.5 billion messages a day?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oof.
It's a tool, and I think you should probably be aware of it and maybe even know how to use it and what it's for. But
5 years from now, it'll be a butler. 10 years from now, it'll be your dad.
well, Elon Musk thinks the smartphone's going to be obsolete in 5 years. He's like,
Yeah.
it won't even be a phone. It'll just be whatever AI curates for you that day, whatever videos it thinks you need to see based on what you're interested in. And Well, and he wants to put microchips in brains and do all that neural link stuff that he's talked about, and so your phone will be received in your brain. Call comes in, you can just talk to your mom just through your brain. It's wild stuff. It gets into transhumanism and all of that, but
Hard pass.
yeah, agreed.
Not into that. Pocket is as close as I want that.
Timothy Alberino, he talks about that quite a bit. Thinks that might actually be kind of the Antichrist type stuff, but he thinks that's like 200 years out, which I don't know if he thinks that. But. So he doesn't think we'll see an Antichrist or anything for a couple of years. But I don't know. It's interesting. I think just if your kid has a natural talent or a natural interest in something, then I think you allow them and even facilitate them pursuing that. Because if you're not gifted in math, you probably should know the basics, but you don't need to know the rest of it. Now, if you're just naturally gifted at it, go buy some math textbooks and start doing your own work problems. I had a guy that worked for me for a while, really good at math, and that was his hobby. Like, on his days off, he would, like, work in his, like, calculus book and just solve problems and stuff. Loved it.
Sounds like hell to me.
I know, right? He loved it.
That's fine.
Isn't it?
I wish I liked it because, like, when people are into math, they're like
Yeah.
into math.
Yeah. Math is fascinating.
Yeah.
And I
Like
just
looking
have no
at
time
like
for
a
it.
big complicated equation, it's like beautiful
Yeah.
in a super left brain kind of way.
Yep.
And I'm just like, don't know what the hell that means, but God bless you.
And I learned just enough to study physics because I had to have physics for chiropractic.
Mm.
It never comes into play. I mean, it's sorta, but not really. It's just more of just weed out classes. You know,
That's
what middle
that's
school-
like me having to understand like air tower communication code
right.
because I fly a drone.
Yeah.
And I'll never hear
No.
air tower communication code in my life, but
No.
I needed to know a little bit of it to pass the test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of like the classical model guys that are like, they're not like anti these like skills and stuff, but they're basically like education was like virtues,
Mm.
and then once you know, like you hire a character and you train skill or something like that. So like your education is like virtues, which are like all the old stories are about like bravery and courage and protecting the weak and whatever. And then in your trade, like you learn the specific, like here's how to tie the saddle on to the
Right.
thing, but you do it to not hurt the horse because your education is in the virtue.
The virtues. I mean, that's Oliver's school. And that's the Hillsdale.
Yeah, that's
model,
it, right.
Yeah. And it's really rooted in those founding ideas that human nature doesn't change. It can look different, but it really, I mean, we're the same humans that we were, 10,000 years ago. So really what you should put the energy into is more of the virtues, like skills, trade skills and all of that. That can all be learned, but if you can develop virtues in these kids, knowing that human nature doesn't change. And that's why the classics are they're still important, reading philosophy and, Greek philosophy and all of that is still important. But progressives think that we've evolved past that, and so there's no place for old dusty books anymore.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be new and progressive, and human evolution is even changing, who we are
Isn't
as
that
a
so
species.
weird
Gives
when
me-
they're the ones
gives me the
obsessed
ick.
with like we need to regulate everyone out of their own decisions? It's like I could see if your ideology was like we have advanced to a spot where like you don't need to do that. But the more advanced they think we are, the more laws we need.
Yeah,
It's like backwards.
that is ironic, isn't it?
So weird.
Anytime someone like is naive about the human condition, I'm just like, ugh,
Yeah.
yuck.
Yeah.
It's like you're
Like
kidding
willfully
yourself.
naive.
Willfully naive or like actually naive. It's just still like, how do we not learn this yet?
Eventually, we won't need law enforcement because people will just evolve into a place where they just don't commit crimes anymore. And
Star Trek universe.
yeah, Star Trek universe.
Yeah.
Which would be like, which is funny because that's I mean, that's Christian and anti-Christian. Like, it's Christian in the sense that the more you take Christ seriously as an individual, the less crimes like you will commit. Your sin nature didn't change, but you are given like a new nature. So your nature changed.
Yeah.
And then the more of us get together, the less crimes will be committed in our society.
Right.
But that's totally not like where they come from
No.
at all.
No.
In their world, it's an atheist worldview that we can progress and evolve to where we don't need God. Maybe we needed him at that point, as the necessary evil, but now we moved so past where we need God anymore, because humans are actually God, and we just need to perfect that. It's this utopian Marxist,
Yet they
idea.
still
It just
will-
keeps getting repackaged.
And yet they still affirm like materialism and like fatalism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Free will is an illusion. It's like,
Yeah.
so what are we doing? What does any of this mean?
There's no absolute truths.
Just particles, nothing but particles.
Yeah.
We
Everything's
have no
relative.
choice. But
Gosh, that gives me anxiety just to think about living like that.
I know.
Thinking that way. Yeah.
it's miserable.
It is
Which is why it gives me the ick. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like it's so antithetical to reality.
Yeah.
Agreed. And there are people who are like, yes, we can realize it. It's like, please don't.
And I think that's where being a Christian, because sometimes I struggle with the idea of like individualism versus collectivism. Like, I really reject collectivism, but the church is kind of collectivism
A little bit. In a way.
right? But it's not a political collectivism, right? It's not like
What's the weird, like everything else in Christianity, it's like both.
yeah,
It's like, is light a wave or is light
Identity and value.
that's a good way to put it.
I always, that's what I always say when like these, because we do error, and it's an American thing, and it's a whatever thing of like I can go out and be in the woods and be a Christian by myself, like me and God, and it's like technically like you can, and if you cherry pick like certain times in like Moses' life, Jesus' life, like then you can say, look, like they're out in the wilderness, just them and God. It's like, but God never. He comes out and says it. You also watch it in these stories. Like, he never just leaves you there. He always like sends you back
Yeah.
to the people. And what is Paul writing about all day is like, you need to be unified.
Yeah.
What does God say when he sets everything up? He's like, be fruitful and multiply. Like, this whole thing is about us being together.
Right.
But he works like intimately with the individuals, and he values the individual. And so it's this weird thing to like get our hands around. And conservatives, you always just want to lean towards like, well, screw everybody else, I'm going to do what I want to
Yep.
do. And the liberals, I think it's like it's maybe one of their few good godly instincts is like, no, you can't just be an individual. Like, it's all of us together.
It takes a village. They like to say that.
Yeah, but then they're using that for evil to be like, because I want to be able to tell you what to do.
Yes.
Like, that's where it's coming from. But there's a truth in it. Was like, it kind of does take a village. But they want to like erase the individual.
Yes.
Because they want to erase the other, because everyone's like a god to themselves. But we're both like getting it wrong and right.
Yep, that's true.
That's a constant struggle in conversations that I hear in the LPR program that we do. Because most of the individuals that actually teach the program are actually atheists, or they're fairly agnostic. And so for them, it's, again, it's more the individual, but it's also this Ayn Rand idea that we're all self-interested, which I would say that's definitely true. But that's not always good.
Yeah.
But even being a Christian and making certain decisions for your family or for your kids, you're doing that because you're self-interested. But that's a motivation I think that God put in our hearts, because we want to have a good family. We want kids that grow up to be good members of society and are productive and healthy, individuals that are well-rounded. So yeah, we're self-interested in that piece of it, but it's not just we're not just being selfish all the time as Christians, because there's obviously a higher calling. We have our Lord and Savior, and so I think for me, it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's somewhere in the middle. It's still definitely more towards individualism, but as a Christian community, that's where should be maybe more collective, in that we should have a common goal, that we want to help the poor, we want to help the widow and the orphan, we want to spread the gospel, and we do that as a collective. But at the end of the day, it's like, I think that's where those conservatives that aren't Christians, I like you were saying, they almost go so far they're almost cynical, like, just leave me alone, no regulation, I want to be, left alone and just live my life and do my thing. And that is very selfish, and that's very self-interested. And what will that do for society as a whole? That could be of concern too, if there's not Christ in the church in that model. I get concerned when I see conservatives, really leaning into that. But that's the rub there.
Don't tread on me too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Models are good because it is basically conservatives have built this. We built this model of the world, and we're realistic about, like, we look at the world and it's like, well, Greg seems to do what's best for Greg, and I do it, but so that's a real thing. And then it's not a bad thing, but we've glorified it beyond it's a little beyond its like utility.
Yes.
I thought I was just going to
and we're Christ, like, I made you with like locality, like if a rock falls there, it like hurts your body, not mine, because you're there. So like you have to take care of that thing.
Yes.
And the kids that came out of you, like, you have to take care of those. So we're self-interested, but Christ like challenges us to like, but it's actually like beyond that, and he wants us to sacrifice our natural self-interest for the interest of the other. And the liberal on their high horse is like, because
Little Caesars,
because God's a lot about intention, even though intentions were whatever. But
You're Little Caesars for lunch.
did you? Right, like he wants you to choose to sacrifice. The liberal, seeing you being selfish, I think, right, that kernel of whatever's still left in them is like, that's not right. You ought to be sacrificing for him because he's in need.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I will bend you to doing that. And that's where it becomes evil.
Yes.
And so we're stuck in this like death spiral of bending each other to each other's will of, I don't know. Probably just latching too much onto like one side of the model. And I'm not trying to play this like weird, like every man touches the elephant thing.
No, I get it.
Because that can get really fast. But it's hard though.
No, like Western Protestantism has lost the community aspect hard, which, like, one of the things about coming back to Monument View, because like we attended there 20 years ago when I was a kid, and so coming back, it was like it's a handful of like people who were still going there that like are elders or whatever that like I remember, but like most of the people who I grew up with going there like have moved on too. And so like in a way it feels like a familiar church but also a new church.
Yeah.
But like the feeling of like community there has been really great. In a way that's almost like infectious, where it's like it's authentic, it's genuine, and it's coming from people who are like actually like most of the congregation is willing to give of their time and efforts in like volunteering for whatever it is that the church is trying to do. And it's like I've been to like a handful of churches throughout my adult life where just I haven't felt that as much. And so the aspect of community and like unity, which ironically, when we were in Salt Lake, that was the topic of the sermon that the guy preached on, was unity in the church.
Okay.
And he touched on a lot of things that you brought up too. So, yeah, we've really dropped the ball as far as like Western Protestantism. It's like everyone is an island, and going to church is like something for yourself, and then you go there, you get it, and you go home.
I need to be fat. I need to be filled up.
Yeah, and then like you don't think like, should I be feeding or filling up someone else? You know, and like not to go into it, but like a recent family situation where like I am now in a position where I'm actually kind of able to pour into somebody, and that's kind of alien to me because like I feel like I've been poured into by like great men like my whole like last decade, like my 20s, just like learning from like good wise guys about all kinds of things, and now I'm in a position where I can pour into someone younger than myself, and that's kind of it's a surreal position to be in. Like on some level I'm like very grateful, thankful to God for that opportunity, because it's like to be able to show someone else the truth is like it's a blessing. It really is. To be that conduit for someone else, but at the same time it's like a little bit of that imposter syndrome where it's like it's like I'm a wretched sack of crap too. And it's like, you know,
It's got to be one.
I got it
one day ahead of the kids.
exactly 100%. And that's kind of that's like
awesome.
That's the rub, is that like and in the situation that I'm talking about, it's like it's one that like I have navigated thoroughly and this other person hasn't yet, mostly with marriage. And so like to be able to like give wisdom and be like do it from a place of authority, given that I've been married over a decade, it's like actually do this
Type of discipleship, which we're all really called to. I mean, even Christ, you know, we always think Christ was like, oh, you need to go preach the gospel and save a bunch of people. It's like, no, we're supposed to go out and make disciples. And to disciples, like that's kind of a different calling. And I think
that's the slow cooker method.
Yeah, it's a slow cooker method. And you're a sage, even if you don't think of it that way. You're a sage in a way, you know, in marriage. And so why not? You know, why not be in a position to impart that to someone else that hasn't put in the 10,000 reps?
I've weathered storms, you know, small and big. So, and it's like we all try to have humility, you know, but like I don't want to have humility to the point where I'm like withholding valuable truths for people. Where it's like, I think you actually need to be instructed here, and that's alien. For me.
It's
like,
weird.
I don't feel the type to like instruct people. Like I love to learn.
Right.
So
I think for us guys, sometimes it's a cop out. It's almost a false humility. It's like, well, who am I? And I just, you know. Certainly, there's someone else out there that's smarter that can really do that. It's like, no. If you're in a situation and there's a need and you felt called, you are the guy. Yeah. Even if you feel maybe somewhat inadequate. I had someone a couple years ago ask if we could meet once a week and wanted a mentor, and I'm like, what? Like, me? I'm not that old.
Mentor?
Yeah.
That's my dad.
That's my dad, yeah.
Mr. Haitz.
That's Mr.
Mr.
So like have you had any like circumstances like that where you like have had a moment of like, oh, someone's actually like receiving wisdom from me?
Lots, I guess, especially over the last decade.
Okay.
Because I've got you by almost a decade. Well, not really. Were you 34?
I've turned 33.
Okay, so, but yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, that resonates. Like, it's just weird. Because I definitely tend towards the, like, I like to surround myself with older guys. Because I feel like I'm
you want to be poured
from
into.
them.
Yeah.
And then the transition towards, like, oh, guys are looking to me to lead, instruct, or like, you know, it's like this is weird because you don't feel qualified. It's weird, but yeah, I mean, especially it's like I have employees, so that's like a natural one.
Yeah.
Where obviously I have kids that are like they're more as they get older, but then I do have like lots of younger guys. I remember that after that I did that Charlie Kirk thing that like McAllister put together, and after,
right.
and I didn't even talk about it. Like I said, like whatever I said, but he had introduced me as like, this guy has 500 million kids and blah blah blah. A bunch of these like young couples came up to me afterward, and they're like, "We're engaged and we want to get married and we want to," you know, they're on the like have big family train.
Hey Riley.
Yeah.
Just a heads up.
Oh yeah.
Get a little closer.
And they're like, what should we do, or what should we be thinking about, or like, would you want to get coffee? And it's like, I don't know.
Who am I?
Like, my kids are running around naked in the backyard half the time. Like, you don't want to hear from me, but they're kind of like looking at you, and you're like, should give them something.
Like they apparently saw something that was like, you know, of value to them that they like want to hear more.
Yeah, like I met a kid at Andrea's watch party. There was a bunch of like TPUSA kids there from CMU, and we were just talking about God and all this stuff. And they're like young and they want to have kids and stuff. And like especially when people see like that you're doing what they want to do, it happens like all the time. So like you, right, makes total sense. People are like, "Oh, dude, you're married. Your wife seems to like you, or you have kids. Like, what am I doing wrong?" You're like, "You kidding me? You want to see the fight we just had this morning? I can't tell you how to do it." But, you know, so it is weird, but it happens a lot now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little alien for me. I mean, granted, like I don't put myself out as socially as like you or Greg might.
Yeah.
But I'm just.
I say yet all the time.
In 33, that's when Christ really leaned into his ministry. And
At least when they killed him.
I was 33 when I left Brady's office and opened my own practice. And someone there, he's like, "Oh, that's when Christ went to the cross and did his best work. You're venturing out." Gosh, that's heavy. Thanks.
Yeah, it's.
So he was executed as an enemy of the state.
Yeah,
Right.
great.
So,
I guess we got that coming up. Riley, quick question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to order pizza for Oliver's birthday.
Okay.
He wants pretzel stuffed crust, but he also wants the 4 cheese. I don't see any way to create that in the app.
For Little Caesars?
Yeah, I've just never ordered from them. Do you know how that works?
Yeah.
So there's like stuffed pretzel crust. I tap on that, and then my options are not many options.
What?
Oh, I guess it says R4 cheese blend and pepperoni. All right.
I think he just wants a cheese pizza then?
But he wants pepperoni too.
Okay, well then, there you go.
Then it says cheese sauce and pepperoni. Cheese sauce and cheese. Pizza sauce and pepperoni.
I have no idea.
Probably pizza sauce, right?
Probably, yeah.
Alright. Your kids, do they like cheese pizza? Pepperoni?
they love to, I mean, they won't care.
So I'll probably get like some
Yeah. They won't care. You know, the more crap on it, the better. But they won't turn their nose up at cheese or anything that's scaled up from there.
Cool.
Haven't tested anchovies yet, so
Man, they're good.
I've never actually had. I would have never heard of it if I didn't watch Ninja Turtles when I was a kid.
Yeah, they're salty and just slightly fishy, but in a good way. And
I could actually
like
see them
anchovies.
being good.
They're good if you like dice them up and then you just put them into something. But if they're like the actual full like sardines, that's
Yeah.
a little gross. But
They just always were like, no anchovies when they ordered pizza.
Yeah.
After we watched the
Yeah.
cartoon. And they were always full on the cartoon. Full fish on there.
Did we talk in a previous SSS about pizza toppings and how they've changed and how it's so hard to get sardines?
No.
I've never heard that.
They brought it
Or
up
talked
before.
about that.
Yeah, because it's like, once upon a time it seemed like you could get sardines like anywhere. And now it's like, I don't know, maybe like Bravo has sardines, but Domino's doesn't. I'm pretty sure Pizza Hut doesn't.
Yeah. It'd be a generational thing where. Because
Yes.
Gen X, like, we weren't into sardines. Like, we weren't ordering pizza with that on it. Not like the parents were either, but our parents. But so maybe it's just people aren't wanting it, so we just don't keep it around. But
Isn't that what Joe Rogan got with Elon Musk, with pineapple and sardines or something?
yeah, and they ordered it in from like during an episode.
Yes. Probably cost him like $40 to get that.
And he's like,
pizza.
"This is amazing." Yeah,
I'm like, oh, yeah, that's great.
chomping on mic.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Eating food on a podcast is like it's the unforgivable sin. Right there.
Oh, and he chomped with his mouth open too. It's gross.
Oh, that's
It's stuffed crunch.
Not to belabor all this stuff, but one of the things that Greg was talking about, like going out and being an evangelist versus a disciple, and a bunch of stuff tonight, it was making me think of how a lot with some of my friends we've been talking a lot about church and politics, but like just like doing, how like at the end of the day, more my focus and understanding of God, and obviously like we have the Great Commission to go like make disciples right, of the world, but in a sense it's like God made us, and then almost like you're setting up like a terrarium, right? Which is a weird analogy, but you put some ants in there, you put like a frog or whatever, and you just want it to go like do like stuff, like crawl around and pretend like it's your natural habitat. And we got caught up in all this like knowing and all this talking and all this like I'm going to be a podcaster or this or a preacher, or our church is the place where we all get together on Sunday, instead of just like, or a Charlie Kirk, when it's like we're supposed to be doing the thing. So like you're supposed to just grow up and find a girl and have some kids and have adventures and like do the thing. And all this talking and instruction is great, but it's for us to like hear that, like synthesize it, internalize it, and do the thing better.
Yes.
But at the end, it's all about like doing the thing, so like living life. And maybe we need a Charlie Kirk every couple of generations to be like, hey guys, you aren't doing the thing. Go have some kids. Don't envy your neighbor and
Which
vote
all
to
that-
steal their car.
Which all that is true.
So all that's true and that's like good, but the idea that like we need a bunch of Charlie Kirks, and it's like, no, like you just need one every once in a while, and then everyone just like listen and then like do that.
Right.
Like no one's gonna write your name in the history books, and that's glorious because all you did was raise 3 kids.
Yeah.
And even my other thing was like, because they're gonna be commissioners, none of them are gonna be commissioners because they're just gonna go raise another 3 kids.
Yes.
And build a house and work as a mechanic and like and live in the terrarium and please God or whatever.
Yeah.
Worthwhile people begetting more worthwhile people.
Instead of us, we're all like sitting around arguing over like reading the manual on the vacuum cleaner and like I think it says this and I think it says that and you need to listen to me.
Yeah.
And it's like one of us should all just like vacuum.
Fire the thing up. See what it does.
Plug it in and like clean the floor.
That's a great point.
That to me is becoming more and more and more real. I think I'll probably continue to talk. Doesn't mean like everyone ought to shut up and just, but I have to like keep the. It's like in church, right? Because we've kind of like left our church like two months ago.
Oh, yeah?
So we're in a really nomadic whatever thing. So a lot of this like, if our church shut down, would it mean anything to the community thing? Is like hitting me hard of like, I don't care about our building. I care about all these things. I care about their songs, but I don't care about our songs. I don't care about our theology, other than is it compelling us to go out and do all this stuff? And am I doing all this stuff, and not just like talking about it and reading about it?
Yeah.
It's not just theoretical. It's like it can be theoretical for a little bit, but at some point, yeah. Riley, are you going to be around to eat pizza? Or are you taking off?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have homework I just gotta work on, so I'll be here.
I
If
got-
there's pizza, I'll eat
I
it.
got 3 large pizzas. Can I add
Oliver's doing his birthday tonight?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they're showing up at 5:30.
okay.
So I'm going to pick them up at 5, which is half an hour from now. Just Little Caesars. Should I get 4 pizzas in? Do you need pizza?
I'll have pizza, yeah.
Pizza.
I like Little Caesars.
Yes, like the politics thing. It's not like I disdain holding office. I like deeply respect people like Greg, people like Andrea that put themselves out there to basically just be like crucified for us, because we're benefiting from what they do. But to me, I'm like, being the administrator or like governing is a part that humans need to play, and it's really important. But that's not even like it. It's like doing the things that the righteous and good and wise governor is dictating is it.
Yeah.
It's more valuable that you're going out, adding value to the economy and bringing money home and taking care of your wife and kids than Andrea holding on. And I don't mean that, but I mean
I
that.
know exactly what you mean. Yep. Yeah, and even Andrea running a second term, it's like, because I mean, those 4 years did not treat us great as a family, economically, and just not marriage fights, but just stress and tension, and the hate emails she gets, and Nora working the drive-through at Chick-fil-A and people driving up. It's your mom, Andrea.
Oh my!
She that big.
That makes you want to punch someone in the face right now.
I want to go throat punch people. Yeah.
I don't know, how can you... That's a nerd.
And here she's in it to protect the kids, you know, because there's some kids that, there's families that homeschooling's not even ever been on their radar. They're probably not going to be able to go to charter school. And so someone's got it. We always think of like Jon Snow, which I'm not a huge fan of that series, but like, you know, they're up on the ice wall or whatever, right? Keeping the hordes from coming in. It's like we're on the wall. We're standing guard. So that's why she ran again.
Yeah, so...
Because someone's got to do it.
Yeah, because so...
But not everyone needs to do it.
My grasping at articulating this is not trying to pull that down at all, because like if no one does it, like, and it doesn't get done, and the hordes come and kill us all,
Yeah.
so sacrificing yourself. But I'm just like, but like, what is that? Like, what is her sacrifice for? It's so that one more kid just lives a normal, safe life and is educated like somewhat properly in this system, instead of one more kid that's ravaged. And so like the important thing is that kid living the life. And so if you just find yourself as the kid living the life, it's like you're not doing a bad thing. Like you're doing what... It's actually a pathetic commentary on our collective that Andrea has to do any of that. Because she should just be able to be doing her life too. But because of sin and all this crap, some people, God just calls to like, yeah, you're going to be the sacrifice for all these other people. So, yeah, I don't know.
It's a tough place to be in, but it's probably alleviated by the fact that you do feel called, you know, and you have that kind of like motivation because it's coming from something beyond you. You know, that kind of alleviates the... Because if it's all
there's purpose to it.
then,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that kind of stuff weighs really heavy.
Yeah, and when you sometimes you get into the belly of the beast and you see how the sausage is actually made, it actually gets way scarier.
Sure.
And at the same time, it's like, oh, there's actually some opportunities here to leave this broken institution a little bit better than I found it.
Yeah.
You know, is that worth taking a few slings and arrows for? Right now, the answer is yes. But even like running for city council, when I did that, it's like, you know, what good did I really think I could do? Definitely saw municipal governments heading in a certain direction that I didn't like. Would have been a thankless job, basically no pay. Fortunately, well, not fortunately, but you know, it wasn't my time, but it was someone else's time, and now they're able to be in there and do some good work. So in some ways, I kind of paved the path to figure out how to get folks in there that could do that. Well, like Cody Kennedy, it's like kids are mostly grown. He's retired law enforcement. He takes it as a full-time job. I would have had to figure it out with, you know, running a business, having a family, and so. But yeah, there's so much you can do with not being in public office. That's great work, and sometimes even better work. Yeah, that's not the solution for our community's ills, is to have everyone run for public office.
It's like the thing I said before, where it's like it would be absurd if we were all called to the utmost level of admissions work,
Yep.
and we actually acted out on that, right? So
Yeah.
and like the point that you made, which I said is like a nice biblical basis, is like God did not call every single people to like the maximal possible worldly situation. It was the correct situation, which sometimes are very small and intimate things.
Yeah. I guess even my point on that is like, so we have this like this great civilization, we're all like mourning its like potential death, or maybe it'll, but we're mourning it because it was great. And it was like, yeah, you can point at like Washington and, well, before that, I mean, it was great by the time but it was like, it's great because like millions of people just kind of like did their thing, and they did their thing in like a certain way that created this great civilization. And we know like a handful of the names that stood out. So part of it's like, there's no shame, there's actually like incredible like glory in just being one of the like nameless people that was part of that.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, I have to keep myself in check of like, if I truly ever am called to do something like what you guys are doing, am I going to use that as a justification to avoid it when really it's like out of fear or cowardice or something?
Sure.
Because I see what like friends go through, and you're like, I don't want to. Like, they don't want to go through that. It's just, it's worth it. Because I did. I had a stable upbringing and this and money, and like, if people with stability and means don't stand up for people who don't have that, like, then who's gonna?
Yeah.
So, and we all do, versus most people. So then it's like, oh man, maybe we should.
It's ultimately about just not being closed off to things you can step into.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people can step into more than they would prefer to admit.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but it's like we need it, you know, even if it's just like a little bit. Just like if everyone donated $1. Donate $1.
You could save a child. Feed a child for a month.
We got like
I
a
think I
World Vision pamphlet, like a Christmas World Vision pamphlet, and it actually had things in it like buy a well for a village, like $1,200. Like, whoa! It's just like shopping through a catalog. Yeah, it's like buy 3 goats and 5 sheep for $5,000. I'm like, what catalog am I looking at? This is weird. It's like a little bit of a cognitive dissonance to be like, solve a child's world hunger. Turn the page.
Turn the page.
Yeah. But no, it's true, and I'm very grateful that I'm at a point in my life right now. I don't know if it's like the church that I'm at or just like my career / marriage / kid situation where like I feel not only convicted but like willing and able to like help and serve in ways that I wasn't before. It's not even like I said before, like I don't have the husband thing conquered. I don't have the father thing conquered.
You don't? I've got those lit.
Dude,
Easy. Just
Totally arrived.
check them off.
Man.
but like that kind of stuff was like hogging my life bandwidth. You know, and then like the volatility of the career for a while, it was just like I'm struggling to like even fit anything else in. And now, by God's grace, I'm like I feel like I'm ready to like actually start taking on more stuff, and it's exciting. And I pray for that for other people because
Awesome.
it seems to kind of be rare now.
Maslowian? The hierarchy of needs thing of like,
Yeah.
if you're like barely making it in some way, like you can't,
Yeah.
you don't have the bandwidth to do all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I struggled with that. I mean, I think you can relate, Dominic, just, running your own business and the ups and downs of that and financial struggles. And it's just like, God, is this really where I need to be
When you're
spending all my energy? It just seems like there's other things I'd rather do than have to figure out payroll because
when basic life is in the
that's
trenches.
stupid. The market shifted, and now all of a sudden, it's just like, can it just be steady for like a while?
Oh my goodness.
Then I might actually be able to put my intention into stuff that I feel like is actually like worthwhile.
That's when you have
struggle.
those like George Bailey moments of
Yeah.
like I wish I'd never been born.
Yeah.
You know? It's like this is just weighing on me
It's
so
just
hard.
stupid bank and the run on the money, and it's
Yeah.
just like, can't people just like be normal and not freak out? And now I've got this problem I have to solve.
And you look at you even look like at your employees who are technically, when you're talking financial, like they're like in an inferior position financially.
Yeah.
But you like envy them.
Right.
Like, oh, life's just so easy. You just clock in and you
They
just
get
like
a paycheck every 2 weeks.
stamp a license plate. You get paid. You know exactly where you're gonna get paid.
Yeah.
You know exactly when.
Unless you do something really stupid, you'll get that paycheck every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you go and not pay yourself for months.
And
no
they're
one
looking
knows
at
'cause
you with
don't
envy,
complain,
I'm sure, but you're looking at them with like, oh man,
Yeah.
life's so easy. And then you sit and talk to them, and you're like, well, my wife left me here, and this and that, and you're like, never mind.
Yeah.
But
I've had my eras where like I needed to consider the birds,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
Like I remember there were some moments, like I remember a specific moment sitting in the van in the Life Community parking lot during like a December like Christmas service or something, but like we were so like financially strapped and like my career was just like upended and I had no idea what I was doing and I just like felt like so numb.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, speaking of John Van Dusen, which one of his songs played earlier on, he has a song called Numb, and like I was listening to that in the car, and like the opening line of that song is, I reached a breaking point I didn't know I had. And I was like, oh man, this is like really speaking to me right now, because like I feel so cold and numb and just like I'm leaning on God, but like it doesn't seem like there's anything here in front of me. And like when you're in those seasons of like, I have to take the passage in Matthew 6 about considering the birds seriously. It's like, if he takes care of them, why wouldn't he take care of me? And I'm like, okay, I need to lean on you. I have nothing else. And then like lo and behold, he comes through every single time. And so like that has very much gotten through to me. But like there are people who have not navigated that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they need to be shown the truth. But yeah, it's hard to be in those circumstances. But it's if you use it in the right way and you lean on Christ, it will become a growing experience.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
He will take care of you.
It's not fun when you win it.
No, not at all.
And for me, every time he comes through, I'm more confident the next time.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still, I guess, I'm afraid. But
It's less scary.
yeah, it's less scary.
It's like when it's like I need to avoid the Israel problem where they seem to forget every single time that God came through for them. It's like if I can at least do that and be like, hey, we have a browser history here.
Yeah.
Like I've seen what you've done,
Yeah.
and like if I was able to lean on you before and you came through, I can do it again.
Like, how many times did they like cross the Jordan and they're just like, all right, let's make a big pile of stones here so we don't forget. And then they just would never turn around and look at all the piles of stones behind them. It's like, God took you this far. It's like, he's not going to leave you here. And you almost get to that place where, like, he's had to come through so many times. It's like, all right, how are we going to do it this time?
Yeah.
We
This will
need
be interesting.
kings. We need a king, please.
Oh, man.
Can you just give me a king? You're Saul.
Where's my chicken exit?
Have fun with Saul.
The old
Have fun with Saul.
roller coasters back in the day had what was called a chicken exit. So if you're in line and you're about to get on, like, nope,
Wow.
you can go through the little
get
gate
up.
and get off. It's like sometimes you look for the chicken exit and it's not there.
That's funny.
So you just got to go through it.
And it's like a make or break thing, right? Where it's like you have moments in your life where it's like, are you going to call Christ Lord? Are you going to lean on Him for everything that you've got?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you do and you come out through the other side and you're unscathed mostly, then you're like, there's no turning back. It's like, this is it.
We've got sayings on our master bathroom mirror that we change periodically. We'll put up, like, God is our source and supply. Or, we'll change it periodically, but just to continue to remind yourself that it's like, it's not us. I mean, we do live in a sowing and reaping world. You actually have to put your hand to the plow. You can't just be like, God, just give me all the money or fix all these things. It's like, you actually have to do it.
Still waiting for that period
Right.
to go. All the money? No? Not
Yeah.
this time? Okay.
No, okay. Just checking.
Okay, I'll go to work again
No.
tomorrow.
But it's ultimately, He is our source and supply. And sometimes He just takes you down to nothing, I guess, to an end.
I've gotten in the habit of like thanking God for like pretty much any and every good thing that happens. Like even if it comes down to like someone's like personal agency and like making a decision, like I'll thank God that like that opportunity even arose in the first place. To have like a posture of like humility and grace and thankfulness for every opportunity that comes your way, down to like the fact that you are existing right now, that we're able to have this conversation and enjoy each other's company. It's like, that's huge.
Yep.
It's enormous. And it's like, I don't want to treat it like anything other than what it is,
Right.
which is like, like the fact that we were able to like smoke today, I was like, praise
Yes!
God. I'm
I
so
was
happy.
so excited.
Yeah. And it's like, it's mundane, relatively speaking. We're just sitting here chatting and smoking, but like, it's like, no, this is amazing, and I'm not going to treat it like anything else.
Thank you, Jesus, for the fire pit of prophecy.
That's right.
Yes.
Probably be back here in a couple days with my brother-in-law Jake, because we're hosting this year, so they're coming into town. And
Nice.
so I'll see if I can talk them into a cigar and off camera.
Nice. How are they doing, by the way?
We'll find out.
All things
The
considered.
mine got shut down,
Really?
and
Were you here when Jake was
Is
here?
this the guy with the $1.8 million?
the
Okay.
two of you were in the same
Yeah.
pickle at the same time, and so he got bailed out. A new group came in and bought out the
Still
mine
waiting for
and
my full bailout.
taking care of most of the debt. But then now they're shutting down the mine. But I guess he's He's out. He says he's in the Mojave Desert. I think there was an opportunity for him to work with rare earth minerals in a mine out there in California.
Really?
That's all I know, so I'll find out more.
That's cool.
And they're in Gunnison, right?
Still in Gunnison. Denali lives up here. So they might eventually get back up this way. There could potentially be an opportunity at our church for Jake to do more preaching. He preached. He told his whole story, how all that went down.
Yeah.
What was that, a
That was
month ago, a
intense.
month and a half ago, Riley? He came up and preached. Just shared his whole
I think so, yeah.
story.
That's cool.
And people were just like edge of their seats. It's a crazy story. You know, just how
I'd
God
love
came
to be
through.
able to chat with him more because,
Okay.
like, it's one of those things where, like, he was an adult while I was a kid.
Yeah.
And so he probably knows me more than I know him. And so
Yeah.
when we sat down to talk, like, he seemed much more like buddy-buddy with me than
Yeah.
I was to him.
Yeah.
But, like, I was able to match that right away, but I'm like, whoa. Like,
Oh,
slow
we're
down,
peers
let
now.
me- let
Oh,
me-
this
yeah,
is,
we're
okay.
peers.
Yeah.
Which, like, I love that, but I feel like we have, like, some level of catching up to do because, like, I am largely unfamiliar with his life story. So. But it seems harrowing, and he seems like a cool guy, so.
I think he's been
Yeah.
getting up into Junction fairly frequently, like
Yeah.
every couple of weeks. So maybe we could plan one of these where I know we're going into the cold months, which that's hard, but
I mean, I'm always down for
as long as
good.
it's during the
game to
day.
try.
Once the sun's down, it gets cold.
Yeah.
But if it's during the day, 45 degrees, that's not too bad. Jake's always
Friday afternoons.
It's fine.
Friday afternoons seem to be good.
still good for me too. So
Yeah,
I'll mention it to him. Yeah, he digs this stuff.
yeah he seems to fit right in with the conversation.
And Cody still wants to hang with us too. He just doesn't want to be on camera. Although that might be different now.
That's
since
been
it's
like
not
it's been like
campaigning.
a year in
Which
the
Cody?
making.
I know,
and he still
Cody
hasn't done
Davis.
it.
He still want to be on camera?
Well, he was, going to run for re-election, and I think there was just concerns about what might be on camera, which I get.
Yeah, we say
I'm personally past that
stuff
myself. but
sometimes. Yeah.
It might get tens of views.
Tens of views.
I'll say something really outrageous, and then he can, like, shut me down.
Dominic, you don't know what you're talking about.
Dominic, no.
Yeah.
Women should vote.
White
Come on.
people
Yeah.
aren't the superior race, Dominic.
They're my... Yeah. Yeah, then he'll be a hero.
Yeah. We can make
I'd
that
love to do... Like, Cody's a fun... I like him.
He's an
a fun
interesting guy. Yeah.
It'd be fun to... Usually when you see him, because his position, like, you're just surrounded with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to do like this.
And he's got,
I'm-
he has a good story, just how he was raised and, family dynamics and all that kind of stuff. So it's always good to go deeper with people that you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a great venue for that, obviously.
And I don't mind not filming ever. Like I said, this is extra.
Yeah. I mean, we were doing it
is
anyway.
this
so.
is for Steven,
Right.
our Canadian viewer.
Sorry about the hair, Steven. My wife was always doing this, like, oh, I want you to grow your hair out. And I was like, I don't do that. And I caved a little bit.
Yeah.
But then now I'm a realtor again.
Right. Gotta think back.
The thing, well, I got a thing to do. But there's like the realtor, whatever, the thing like next month, there's like some gala thing. It's like 80s themed.
Yeah, we don't go to those.
Yeah, well,
We
I
used to.
I
need
could
to.
see why you wouldn't, but I'm like, I'm gonna go. And this lender buddy of mine's like, dude, like, are you dressed in 80s? And I was like, I don't know, I was a kid, I don't get into that. Like, we're going as Miami Vice. And I looked it up, and the guy has like a fro, and I was like, all right, I'll keep it till then.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
I haven't seen one episode of Miami Vice.
Grandpa Henschel used to watch those.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Our Lutheran grandpa
Yes.
watched
I
Miami
loved
Vice.
Miami Vice. When I hear the
from Norway.
intro music, how it's like on the...
You know
How
what
does
it's
that go?
I don't.
Riley might have to cue it up.
Miami
That was
Vice
Dawn.
theme song.
He's not doing good now.
I don't know, I just saw this.
It's the two guys.
They have these like gray or like white or like linen like suits,
Yes.
and then like pink
Yeah, I
shirts,
think I have
purple shirts,
Yeah.
whatever.
Very Miami.
I
So I'm
think
gonna
I can
kind of
find
do
it.
that, and then the black guy has like a
Crockett?
little fro.
What is it?
It's so 80s, yeah. Turn it up.
Yeah, it's
So 80s.
Remember me talking about Thief, the other
Yeah.
Michael Mann movie? This is what the soundtrack sounded like.
Really?
Yeah.
Could also be the intro to Airwolf or Knight Rider. Pretty much any
Yeah.
teaser.
Hey, for a crime show, this is pretty
You
legit.
have like a little speaker on you. You just like turn this up as you're like walking into the what's your thing.
Yes. That would be
Here
hilarious.
comes Dom.
I gotta watch a couple episodes so I get it first.
Yeah.
Get in character.
There it is.
Yeah. A lot of synthesizer. I have a linen jacket
Jump by
if you
Van
can borrow
Halen
it.
or
Yeah.
something.
Like a sports coat.
Oh yeah? Okay,
It's
yeah.
like a tannish.
Because I'm
Golden
basically
Joe.
kind of just like hitting the Goodwill. Like,
Yeah.
what is there?
Do you know what your size is? Sports coat size?
This is sad. I always tell myself like a real man has this memorized, and then I get measured, and then I promptly forget.
I think it's like 42 regular or something.
That sounds
For a-
fine.
for a suit?
We're like roughly
Yeah.
the same size.
I think I got measured when I got married, and then I'm not that anymore, so I don't even know what I know.
I got measured at JCPenney's. It was the only place to go.
Yeah. I mean, I just got measured because I was just in a wedding, and I still. I don't know.
Nice. I'd love to get some kind of like nice fitted like suit jacket. Like this kind
You
of.
should. I love wearing suits. Like it's. I love it.
I'd like to like find my like more high end fashion sense, but like I feel like I have so little of a fashion sense anyway. It's like
Start with
I
a
wear
good sports
jeans
coat.
and then like
Yeah.
graphic tees.
Yeah,
You know?
you just start with a good sports coat. Go with more of a slim fit. That's a new thing now. Because that was my thing when I first got a sports coat way back in the day. It was
They're
like
baggy and stuff.
huge and baggy for like guys with big guts. But if you get one that's a little bit more slim fit, it's like, oh, this actually looks good on me. And I I would just watch for sales at JCPenney's. It's like 60-70% off. Get a sports coat for $40.
That's not
You
bad.
can spend hundreds, but
Yeah.
not necessarily.
They have some nice like dinner jackets,
Mhm.
except like red, with like the nice like black lapel or
Yeah.
whatever. I like because I don't know, the little galas and stuff they have in town. They're just fun.
They are.
Get dressed up for them.
Like, I don't have a full suit. Do you have a full suit? Like, with pants and everything that matches?
Oh, I have like 6 of them.
you? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my linen suit, that's actually a full suit, but the pants don't fit me.
Yeah. No, like, so I'll have my whoa, my wife, like, finally again, she actually bought me like 3 suits for Christmas last year, and they were like $40 each.
Wow.
Because an actual suit's like $400 or $500.
Yeah.
Like,
Are they
for
good?
nice. Like, huh?
Are they good suits?
They're nice. They were from Temu.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, let's
the job?
see this. And I'm sure someone from like New York or something
Yeah.
was like, hey, look
If
at
you're
that.
on Wall Street or
But
something,
here,
it's not
like,
gonna fly.
they look great. They don't look
No one
cheesy
cares.
or whatever. I got like a navy blue, and it was like jacket, pants, and like a vest.
And a vest, that's a full deal, yeah. That's awesome.
And a gray one, a navy one, and then like a weird, like, not quite teal, but like almost like a greenish, which is like not useful all the time.
Yeah.
But
So Temu is a place for suits, huh?
Apparently.
apparently, like, I would have not thought.
That's got to be. Yeah, if it works and it's $40, that's
Yeah.
a steal. You know?
Right, because like I mean, you might start there now, just because like that's not much of an investment. Oh, and you look like $1 million if it fits you right and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah.
Then I have some like men's warehouse that are like $300, $400, $500, which I do not buy a lot.
There's online companies now, I can't remember what it's called, but you download the app and you set your phone up and you stand in front of it and it'll scan you and basically figure out your dimensions and it'll send you a suit. And if it doesn't fit perfectly, you can send it back, but you're probably looking at $200-$300 for something like that. But yeah, $40 sports coat just to put on. And you could wear it with jeans and just a button-up shirt, and it takes you a whole level up.
There's like, it gets outrageous too. Like when I first bought Surtec, Right, so I changed my LinkedIn that said like owner, and it's like this oil company. So like this lady like reached out to me, and she like that's what she does, and she like came here from Denver, and I knew Flish would like freak out. I was even thinking about this, so I like met her at, like a Main Street Bagel, and she like took me in the back and like measured me and all this stuff, and then she's like, "Now I've got you in my system," and then she started like sending me all this stuff. Like that's all she does for like CEOs, but they're like $5,000 suits, like $7. And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna do this. I'm sorry, but I felt cool for a second, thinking I was actually gonna do that.
Man, a suit like that, it's got to feel so good on though. Like it probably fits so perfectly.
Yeah, I
The
bet if
fabric's
I actually
probably
got
amazing.
one. Yeah.
Totally not.
'Cause that's the thing, you're kind of like, oh, well, whatever, fancy shoes or fancy whatever, like, who cares? And then if you do try one on that fits, you're like, I know why people do this.
Yeah.
Like, this is a whole other experience. I'm not there yet, but I don't, and granted, I'm not from Western Colorado. Like, Western Colorado is, like, very casual.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not from the East, I'm from, like, the West, which is, like, whatever, like, LA, like, you don't wear we wear dark jeans and like a whatever and a blazer. But here, like, you don't even really do that. You just kind of, like, you go to a wedding like that and like no one would
totally fine.
notice at all.
Yeah.
So I get like, I come to church and people, like, everyone like stares at me because like I wear a suit, right? So like like community, and I don't even notice. But like everyone kind of looks at you like, oh wow, and then they'll talk to you like, oh yeah, I used to wear a suit, or like like you're shaming them. I was like, oh no, like I don't care. Like this is just, it's so stuck in me. Like this is just what I do, and I don't care what you're doing at all. But some lady at like Monument View, like she came up to me and was like, oh, we used to do that, and I feel really bad. And I'm like, don't feel bad.
This has nothing to do with you. I just I wanted to wear this. Yeah.
And I forget because I'm just seeing everyone else.
Yeah.
But I like it. And people do treat you better. Like, and I kind of like that.
They do.
Well, it shows that you care to some degree, you know? Whereas, like, if you dress more casual, it's like you're not wearing your heart on your sleeve as much.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm dressing up a little bit too, and the sports coat on. You carry yourself just a little bit differently, and But again, there's not a ton of opportunities where you really have to do that in Western Colorado. But if you wanted
Have to? I'm like, ever. I don't know.
yeah. But the galas, I mean, that's definitely a place to wear those.
see, like, I'm in the position of, like, you know, father of 4 under the age of 9, and I'm like, I'm lucky when I can fit in a shower, and so it's like, where's my bandwidth for like a nice suit or jacket? But like, I really want one, and I think that I could pull one off because I think it's like within my persona
Yes.
to have
Yeah.
a good
You
suit.
totally the sophisticated. You need a pipe.
I
you need
have
a nice
it's
blazer.
right here. My pipe
Right.
is right
So
here.
I mean, like,
You're halfway there.
Yeah.
you're a sophisticated dude.
I don't know how to like bridge the gap is the problem.
I got to run and get Oliver's pizzas. You guys are welcome to whatever you need to do here, but
We can wrap up.
start wrapping up.
I mean, we've gone for like 3 hours plus.
I was originally gonna leave way before this, but my family is like gonna be here in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we'll just hang out.
hang out till we get here.
I mean, we're good to call it here if you want.